Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
Got skills. What's up? What's up? Let me go ahead and
That boy good.
That boy good. That boy good. Stop screen. All right, what's up, y'all? What's going on with you? And we back. We back again. Man, that was a good live, man. I really like Hudson Valley prepping and survival. That dude's cool as hell, man. He's always been a solid dude, man. I hope everybody went and checked out his channel, man. Subbed up, man. He's somebody that will add value to your life. All right. I need some people up here with me, man. Y'all down, y'all down. Drop that link, babe. Drop that link. Press one. Press one. Virginia, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? Laura, Johnny T. McGill. John T. McGill, my bad. Gary Bulldog, what's up with you, man? Silver Scorpion. Only thing I ask is to show your face. Except for the people I know that I know won't show their face. I got you, don't worry about it. But if you've never been on my lives before, I gotta at least see your face. I don't want you to be clicking on your picture and have your balls hanging or something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful nowadays. You gotta be careful. So if you just show your face so I know that you're real and you're a true human being. What's up, Statting? The Daily Prepper, what's up? Stars Prepper, what's up? Mark, what's going on? Mind, body, and soul, baby. Firefly. Native, what's up, brother? Johnny Angel, what's going on with you? See, I can say hello to everybody now. I can do whatever I want. I don't have Native going to smack me in the back of the head if I fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Doc Mac, what's going on with you? Deanne, what's up? Michigan Outpost 231. One of my favorite numbers, man. One of my favorite numbers. Hoot Owl, what's going on with you? Hudson Valley in the house. What's up? Lady Smith. Hello, hello. Klingon. Red Tyrant Hunter. What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Hope y'all having a good night, man. Hope y'all having a good night. We trying. Mojo, man, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? What you scared, Statty? You scared? Scared, say you scared. Tammy Lynn, what's up with you? Oh, so y'all gonna press 3 and shit. Y'all gonna press 3 and shit, and then y'all gonna leave me hanging. Y'all just want me to sit here and talk stupid. Talk to myself and act stupid. Act foolish and shit. Get y'all's mind off of shit and shit. Prepper Book Club, what's up with you? NorCal, what's up? Zane, what is up? Adriana, what's up? Eve Me Buford, 313, what's up with you? Man, let me fire up one of these cigarettes, man. I know somebody gonna hop up on here with me, damn it. Y'all ain't pressed 3 for nothing. Y'all gonna leave me hang. They gonna be laughing their ass off. It's gonna be a It's gonna be a Leave Tribe Hanging Night. That's what I should have named this shit. Leave Tribe Hanging Night.
Hey, me, myself, and tribe.
Me, myself, and tribe. Hey, that could be the next one. I need to do something by myself. You know what I'm saying? Need to do something. Well, I guess I am doing something by myself. Appreciate it. Y'all just wrong. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. Ronnie Brown, what's going on with you? Look, Native laughing at me too.
Wow, sorry.
I'm gonna turn on the voice.
Tell me if the voice is working. I'm gonna cuss him out in the voice. Is the voice working? Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Is the voice working? Hello? Hello? Voice is working. We're all good. Y'all gonna get the damn voice now. Y'all ain't gonna be able to understand a damn thing I say. Government ain't shit. Mandates ain't shit. School system ain't shit. What's so funny? What'd you see? So what's up with y'all, man? What y'all want me to do? That man, y'all, that's it, man. Show's canceled. I'm out. I just play some music. How about that? Y'all want to fuck with me and shit. That's messed up. Y'all sitting there laughing y'all ass. Look at Tribe. We all told him we were going to get on with him, and look at this dumb ass. All by himself looking stupid. Here you go. I'm going to hit y'all with it, though. What? There's no music? I know, man. Was it just Tribe dumbass night or something? I'm sitting here jamming my ass off talking about I'm going to let people... That's right, I took it off the damn screen. God, man. Somebody help me, man. Lord help me, Lord help me. I'm gonna start twerking and shit, and yeah, they're like, what the hell is Tribe doing? What the hell is Tribe doing? Man, that's fucked up. Share, 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 share. Got me all sweating and shit. Look at that, I can't, they done set me up, babe. They done set me up. Then you share, then you come over here, then you drop this, then you come over here. Alright, let's see if y'all rock with this one. Let me know if you can hear it though. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Is it still got the voice on? I hope so. I feel so alone. I feel so alone. My friends told me they were coming up here. Soon as I started to live, everybody just disappeared. What the fuck is going on? What? Oh, Lord. Oh, I got, oh, Dad, my peoples! Disappeared. Oh, shit, let me take the voice off.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Now.
What's going on, guys?
Damn it. Yes, girl.
What's up? What's up, Virginia?
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
I think we're alone now.
I think we're alone.
Beating of our hearts is the only sound.
Oh, shit. Ain't that
Hey,
Tiffany?
Livin'.
Let her roll.
Hell yeah, get it, get it, get it. So what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up, Sandwich? What's up, Silverback and Virginia Roots?
What's going on?
What's going on, everybody?
Same old, same old, same old. What's up with y'all, man? Y'all sound depressed and shit, except for Virginia. She bringing up 1980s music and shit.
The
Love
Debbie
that
Gibson.
shit, all right, I got another lady to add to the. Oh no, wait a minute. Is that Steading? Oh wait, shit, that's Stead. He had Fluffy Bunny, man. I wasn't even trying to pick on him for the other night. But I just seen the name. I just seen the name. Wasn't trying to pick on you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey,
what's
bro,
up
that
with
was a
y'all?
whole lot to pick on.
You ever gonna grow that? How long did it take you to get a mustache and beard, man? Or you just keep on shaving?
No, I'm growing this shit back, man.
That's what's up.
I ain't gonna do that again. No. Y'all ain't got nothing to worry about.
I feel you there. I did it once, and no, I'm good.
Oh, Silverback Prepping. You didn't see my live stream on August 21st, did you?
No, can't say that I did.
You ain't traumatized and you're not in therapy, so nope, he didn't see it. He's safe.
You should have seen it, Silverback. You should have seen it. He dressed up as a woman on his birthday, and he did not stop. He stayed. He didn't talk like a woman and stuff, but he stayed in women's dress. How long did you stay in that dress and shit, man?
About 2.5 hours.
Oh, where you from? You might have fit right in.
That takes
What's
balls, man.
I said, well, where are you from? You might have fit right in with the crowd.
No, I live in Florida. I live in a little podunk town. And I mean like 400 people. All farm community, country folk. If I went in public, I'd probably got shot. Cattle prodded, beaten, stampeded.
Hey, this is a perfect time for a shout out. I give a shout out to Steading. Go check out his live stream from his birthday. It was a bash. He had a bunch of people jump on and pick on him and roast him. He dressed up as a female, and he looked like my great aunt. So I mean, it was hilarious. then last night you had. I always want to say Patriot Sandwich Maker, but you had
That's okay.
You had Lucky Dan. You had Lucky Sandwich.
Lucky Sandwich.
She had a live stream that was off the chain. Chat was flying. They were having fun like a mug. And then Silverback went live, and he was busting it out and had Just Josh on there, Backwoods, and who all did you have on there, Silverback?
We had Just Josh, Backwoods, Doc Mac was up there, and Cherokee.
Nice.
There it is. And then you had Virginia. She went like. No, wait, Virginia.
I never
Roots
do
didn't
anything.
go. Virginia Roots, but she was in the chats and having fun like a motherfucker though.
Yeah.
My sisters.
What's up, Bug?
So y'all been good, man. Y'all hanging in
Never.
there with all the shit that's going down and shit.
Just getting ready. That's all I can say.
I hear that, man.
I worked on building cold frames and all that today, so that way I can grow during the wintertime too. I went ahead and picked up a whole bunch of free wood yesterday. So
Nice.
I seen you had a bunch of stuff in your yard. I seen it. You had a video. You were showing all that stuff you were getting ready to build for your garden and shit.
yeah, that was just a little simple stuff. Out around front of the house, I had a big old pile we pulled out of the back of a truck. There's a place up here close by that actually makes I guess you'd say finished wood, finished 2x4s and stuff out of the rough lumber, and whatever don't meet their actual specifications, they throw out front for anybody to just go ahead and haul off.
Right.
And I loaded up.
Nice. What you been doing, Virginia Roots? What you been prepping? Come on, let's get the prepping out the way real quick. What you been prepping this week, girl?
Well, I can about twice a week, and I've got stuff coming in the garden. I have some cucumbers looking good. I've got 4 zucchini. I actually need to pick them. I have about 20 bean plants that are just starting to go. I was researching things that'll go in about 45 days, and from what I've seen, beans, peas, certain pickling cucumbers, stuff like that. So I'm trying to formulate
Nice.
the final fall things. Probably going to put some kale in the ground, and then of course you all know about my bushes, and that does take hours of work. You know,
Right, right.
and I'm a mom, which 24 hours a day.
Hell yeah.
That's hours of work too.
Yeah.
That's a hustle.
Definitely.
That's a hustle. All right, Lucky Sandwich Dame
Oh,
preparedness.
me, man, I'm so tired. Let's see, preparedness. We've just been inventorying stuff and see what we got, what we need. Looking pretty good. We're focusing mostly on, well, we need a fence because we've got some nosy ass neighbors on one side. And so, you know, good fences make good neighbors. And a tall fence is going to make for real good neighbors on that side.
Right.
So
right.
we're looking into that. For us, it's mostly the home. Make sure, you know, we're going to get our roof inspected, see if we need to have any work done on the roof. Taking care of the chickens. I'm actually going to do a little quick video maybe tomorrow. One of our chickens has fowl pox, bird pox. Our chicken has
What?
chicken pox, basically. They can get pox. Yeah, so, and I'm just going
Does
to
it
talk
look
about...
like chicken pox? Does it look like when a human gets chicken pox, they got bumps and shit?
Yeah, they get it like on their skin, so she's got it. It's only one of them so far, thankfully, but the thing is it'll spread because it's a virus.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the dry pox. There's two different kinds. The wet pox is respiratory, and that gets real dicey because they can die from that. The dry pox, they're just going to be, you know, not feel good and be kind of sick, you know, and maybe feel kind of punky and not want to eat or drink a whole lot. So, but it's contagious, so I'm keep watching to see if the others are going to catch it. But it lasts like about 3 weeks, 4 weeks-ish, depending.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm gonna get Mr. to hold her while I video and show everybody. Yeah, it's just like it's on her wattles, and she's got one kind of on one side back behind her eye. It's not near the eye, so I think she's gonna be all right. But yeah, I'm gonna go put some iodine on it and help it go ahead and heal up some more. But
That's what's up. That's
yeah,
what's up.
yeah. So
I do got a question for you.
yes.
Are you worried about this winter coming because of all the bad stuff that happened last winter? Because you down in Texas, for the people who don't know.
The grid. You know, it's funny. I thought that this summer was going to be it because, you know, I started off in the spring trying to get, you know, rally the Texas channels together and be like, come on, you know, in Texas preppers, we need to talk about this. It's going to be important. And then summer's been just kind of a big dud, which is okay with me. But it's funny because I actually saw an article earlier. I think it was earlier this week, was talking about mainstream news was trying to kind of get that going again, you know, like, oh, are we going to have a problem this winter? And I thought, probably not. I mean, that kind of harsh weather was a real fluke. I mean, that's like 100-year weather right there, you know. What are the, I hate to say, what are the chances that we see that again? But as I knock on wood,
I don't know.
I mean, if we do, we're ready for it. We are much more prepared this year than we were last year. That was a big learning experience, you know.
Yeah,
But
I'm just looking at the patterns, the weather patterns, and the way it's going up north into Canada and what they've had to do. It seems like it hasn't calmed down. I think we're still going to have to deal with some shit.
Maybe they're showing they're predicting it's a kind of looking like a La Nina. I think they said La Nina winter. So for our area across Texas, it's supposed to be our actual normal winter, which is we don't really get winter so much, you know,
Right.
or particularly kind of mild winter, which is fine with me. But I mean, if it happens, we're ready for it. So,
Gotcha.
you know,
That's cool.
yeah, we learned. Everybody learned after last February, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, prep wise, we're okay. We've been checking, you know, just kind of checking gear and got out stuff out of our go bags and, you know, checking everything, make sure it's good. You know, we've got Katadyn water pump filters in our go bags.
Yeah.
And I took those out, ran some water through it, and checked to make sure everything's still good. Drank the water, it's good, you know.
Yeah.
Just checking
a lot of
stuff.
People don't do that. A lot of people won't do that. They won't check the gear.
It's really important.
I mean?
Well, especially, you know, water filters. A lot of people don't realize, you know, and I'm guilty of this too. I think probably all of us at some point, especially starting out, you buy it and you throw it in the closet or in your bag or you put it in the trunk of your car and you forget about it because, oh, everything's fine. I don't need it right now. Well, you need to make sure that stuff works when the time comes, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the water filters, definitely you need to take those out, and at least you're going to need to, if it needs to be primed, which a lot of them do, you need to at least run some water through it and prime it or clear out the carbon dust in there, sometimes charcoal dust, all that from the filter. Like with a Katadyn, you have to run like a liter of water through it to clear out that dust the first time. Well, if you're already in a situation where you don't have clean water,
Yeah.
So, just little stuff. We're just kind of checking through things like that. Getting, I'm a little late getting my seeds in for fall, but I'm going to go ahead and try and get that here in the next week.
Right.
That's cool.
So, yeah, boring shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it kind of holds off like last year. I mean, you're talking about kind of being a little late. I know we had tomatoes out here all the way up into December.
Wow.
Before I went ahead and pulled them, and that's up here in Missouri. So, I mean, if it holds off, it can still get nasty. But if it holds off, technically next year, then.
Well, I do container gardening, so we've got some really big pots out here, and summer has been kind of a bust. Probably the thing that did the best for me were the pole beans, or I should say bush beans. Excuse me, we had bush beans. So I'm going to try for more beans this year, kind of like you were saying, Virginia. Those do great. I have no problem. I can pretty much just throw them out there and let them go. I don't have to do a whole lot with them. Just water them every once in a while.
Yep.
Nice.
So I'm going to try for double the amount of beans. And Mr's waving by. He's going to bed. Night, sweetie.
Night.
He sees me with the headset on and he knows I'm talking.
Big hugs, mister. Big hugs. Good night.
Tribe says big hugs. He says, aw. He didn't even come back. I just heard it around the corner. Aw. Anyway, some pole beans. I'm going to see what we can grow indoors too in case the weather does turn nasty. I got organic sweet potatoes. Went to the store and finally found a store that had organic sweet potatoes so I can try and get some slips. It's kind of late in the year for it, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Right.
Okay, Bug Dude, I'll pass that on.
I have everybody saying good night to
I
Mr.
know. Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. What about you, Steady? What about you, man? You got some pole beans growing or what, brother?
No, we got some clay peas and Seminole pumpkins.
Nice.
Picked up some, first time I'd ever seen them, 1.5 pint jars. It's a pint and a half single jars in a 9-pack. I bought 2 of those, but other than that, I've had to put prepping on hold for a little bit. We had a little incident at the house, so I got shit to replace.
You throwing shit around, man, fighting with the old lady and whatnot? No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Man,
No,
this is the calmest I've ever seen you, Steady. You're like falling asleep here, man.
I was
What is
about
up
to
with
take
you
a nap.
Right. Get you some cereal, boy.
Right. Lord knows. Lord knows.
Oh man, you got the good stuff too. Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Man. I never liked a whole lot of the sugary cereals, but I did always like Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fruit
I like
Loops I
that
could
too.
do without, all that other stuff, but I always liked Frosted Flakes. Man,
Captain Crunch.
I never liked Captain Crunch. It was too sweet for me. I know. But see, I didn't get to eat all that stuff, man. We were freaking poor. We didn't get that fancy cereal. What are you talking about? We ate Cheerios. It tastes like cardboard. Generic Cheerios even,
Yeah.
It's like sawdust.
Cheerios with about 3 cups of sugar on them just to.
No, we didn't get to put it on there. Actually, my mom she gave us saccharin because saccharin we thought it was okay back then, and then when the studies came out, said it causes cancer.
Oh, my
yeah.
goodness. Wow.
So I can remember her buying. I remember her buying the big. Like to make a tea. Make sweet tea. She'd get the big saccharin tablets. At the store, you buy the big bottle of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Shit,
And they wonder why our kids are licking the windows.
Well, I don't lick windows anymore, but I think it's all right.
I quit licking windows finally when they put that shield on my white helmet.
We would get halfway through a gallon of milk and my mom would fill it back up with water.
Yeah.
Right.
She'd be like, "Oh, it's 2%." I'm like, "No, it ain't 2%. It's watered down
watered down.
bullshit. I ain't drinking this shit."
Water in that shit.
My mom would put water in it a little bit, but she thought we didn't know because she wouldn't do it in front of us. And I was like, you come in the morning, you hear the water running in the kitchen, and you come in and she's like, come on, get some cereal for breakfast before we go to school. And I was like, this is awful thin milk, you know?
Right.
It's kind of.
Y'all ever like steal your parents' vodka and shit and put water back in that shit?
No.
Nope.
I did.
Yeah.
My brother did.
I got my rear busted plenty of times for that.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell
Try
yeah.
this shit, Pop. Fucking teach you to fuck with my milk.
Right.
Well, my folks didn't drink. We had it was a liquor cabinet. They called it a liquor cabinet. It was actually like an old style medicine chest, and my dad like fixed it up, make it like kind of decorative, because my mom, they saw it on the side of the road somewhere, somebody threw it out. My mom wanted to get it and make it decorative in the house, you know, make the house look nice inside or something. So he had some stain and some stuff in the basement, and he fixed it up for her, you know, and hung it up on the wall. And they had a decanter, and there was some, I think it was rum left over from like some Christmas where my dad got some eggnog, and he wanted to like spice up the eggnog a little bit. My mom wouldn't have none of it. So but they didn't want to throw it out, because that was wasteful if you throw out the booze, because it's expensive. So they put it in this decanter, and they put it up there, and me and siblings were told very sternly, all right, now this is just to look at. You better not touch it. So what did my youngest brother do?
Yes, indeed.
He was up there putting water in it, but he knew better. He was like, you can only put so much in there before the color is going to change, and they'll be able to tell.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta have that clear liquor. Clear liquor.
Yeah, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jack Daniels changes colors when you put too much water in it.
Yeah, I would say whiskey doesn't really work that way. That's why I got my rear busted.
Right.
What y'all doing, tribe? What's bug out?
Cheeto?
Yes, there it is. BB.
Bug out. Ain't seen you in a long time.
Oh, what do we got going? Oh, I just heard something.
Man.
Something.
Stating, I was watching you when you were on with Hutch and Ghost and those guys, man. They were giving you a hard time there towards the end.
Yeah.
With your new haircut and all that.
You'd be giving me a hard time too.
I was like, there's some hazing going on in this place.
Man, that wasn't hazing. That was straight up abuse.
Man, I want to do some. I want to do some interviews, man. I got two people, and I love talking to all y'all. But me and Sandwiches hung out, me and Silverbacks hung out, me and Steadings hung out. But I would love to do a one-on-one with Bushido and a one-on-one with Virginia Root. So if y'all ever want to hang out with me, we can be as serious as you want. Or,
but I always have my co-pilot here.
Yes, indeed. I got me one too, man.
Trav, if you want me to leave, all you gotta do is say so.
I said we can all hop off, and y'all can have you talk right now, impromptu.
No, I want to set it up.
No, I'm saying. Okay. I was gonna say no. We'll jump off now and go.
No.
No pressure.
You want your bro date? You want a bromance? I mean, I'll get out the way, bro.
No. That's why I got him on the spot. I want to throw it out there because I got him here. They can't leave right this second, so I can fucking throw it at them.
Connectivity.
I'm always down for conversation.
What's up, Roots?
I'm always down for a conversation.
Hey, Tribe, when you talk to Virginia, you just got to make sure to ask a lot of questions about when there were no customers at Taco Bell back in the day. And holy shit, man.
Let me write this down.
What makes it worse is there were customers. I was actually taking orders. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You'll have to put that little adults only label on it, like before you post it.
No doubt.
I like how you're giving them amusing anecdotes. Thank you.
I know Silverback is getting ready to do this show, and Bushido, I thought of you when he told me about it, but I don't know how to get in touch with you and shit. But he's doing a show, and you want to explain it, Silverback? Because I tell you what, I think man, I've seen Bushido do some shit with some military equipment that I ain't seeing nobody else do. Setting it the fuck up, and it looks good, man.
Oh yeah, I've been kind of watching some of his stuff here recently too, and seeing his setups and stuff. No, I was going to do a play, recently changed the name over to Silverback and all that. And with the way everything's going, obviously it's not going to be, how can I put this? Any interactions that are not going to be friendly are not going to be in an open field. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be I'm going with the name guerrilla warfare. I'm going to spell it a different way to try to get around the algorithm and stuff. I'll use the Silverback part to just do play on words there. But
I already saw like a little post or something from you that had that on there already.
Yeah, I got it set up to where next Wednesday at 8, I'm gonna try to just kind of get it rolling and stuff. I've talked to several people, and just I know we can't get into too much detail on some things because can't tell people how to make things, but can go over tactics and strategies and maybe some scenarios or something. You know what I'm saying? And just
dude, for
get
real,
the information out there and try to help people with a little bit of more.
For preppers, man, route planning would be a good one, man.
Mm-hmm.
For like mobile ops and stuff,
No doubt.
like your phase lines and all that stuff, like all your your little checklist, your pace plans and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that would be really cool, man. I bet a lot of people would get off on that.
Bless you.
Would you be free Wednesday at 8 o'clock, Bushido?
Wednesday, Thursday I probably would. Wednesday I work nights, man. So
oh shit.
While I might be able to, I might not. It all depends on what's going on where I'm working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just know I know that he wants to have a panel, and he's already got prepping outside the box, right? You got he's going to try to make it.
Yeah. And then I've talked to Just Josh. I've sent something out to Native, Ghost. See here, Backwoods. I talked to him about it last night along with Cherokee and Doc up there. I'm gonna open it up for everybody. Anybody that's got a little bit of input on it, including anybody here, because I think everybody's gonna have at least a little something to say on it, whether you've got a military background or not.
You need a couple ladies on there, a couple ladies right here that might.
I'm not wearing a dress again, damn it!
Well, why not? I'm sure we'll help.
Well, how about just the wig? Come on.
Yeah, the wig's fine.
You can just wear the wig. That's all right.
Man, I don't think he needs a wig. When he lets that mohawk just fall down flat, I was looking at his head for a while. I was like, is that a fucking beret? Like, what the hell's going on? And then I figured out it was hair.
No doubt.
Then he moved his hand and it all moved. I was like, oh my God, that's his hair. And is that your natural hair color, Stedding?
Yes.
Because, dude, it doesn't look like it's your natural hair color. Like, it doesn't look like what your hair color would be. So, I don't know, man. I stared at it for a minute. Anyway, yeah.
He looked totally different that night on his birthday. I mean, his hair, I couldn't believe his hair. I couldn't believe his face. I was just like, holy shit, he's done a complete transformation.
I like the Kurt Cobain comment the other night.
But I don't know. Just I know Silverback's been reaching out to me. He's like really trying to get this show off the ground. And he asked me who I knew that would be good at, military tactical kind of conversations and shit. And
man, I could maybe it, but the thing is, like, when I go to work, if I have to be at a part of the place because some of it's like kind of like I can't film there, it's like, right. I don't want to use the word classified because it's not like that, but it's like it's a real sensitive place, Yeah. So like if there ain't shit going on, I could sit there for an hour and talk, but like if something's moving or I gotta be at a particular place where it's like sensitive, then I can't fuck around. I can't even pull my phone out of my pocket,
Yeah.
Right. Well, shit, maybe you'll be able to pop in there. You know,
Yeah,
maybe the ladies, Virginia Roots,
be an
sandwich,
open spot for
Wednesday.
everybody.
Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Probably be a good time over there. When do you go live, Sandwich? You go live on Thursdays, right?
Yeah, I've been doing Thursdays. I'm actually probably gonna step back for a little bit from the lives and work on just doing some content, just because my schedule's a little funny right now. So I may
Right.
kind of take a short break from the lives until everything kind of works out with work and a bunch of other stuff going on.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's been Thursdays at 8 Central.
I've had feelings like I was going to take breaks and stuff, and then it's like when you take the scheduling part out of it, then you're like free to do whatever you want, and you're like, fuck it, I feel like going live right now, and you'll just end
Yeah.
up going live just for the fun of it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Or
I've caught
something will
myself
pop
doing
up.
that. Yeah, I've caught
Yeah.
myself doing that just, like on a Tuesday, and I was like, and then Thursday comes and I'm like, I don't know, I already went live this week. So,
You can go live every night though. I mean,
yeah.
and
Yes,
you
but no.
should. If you're trying to. I'm not saying you personally should. I'm just saying people that are building a YouTube channel. Like I see the channels that do something every single day, man, and their channels grow and they're building like crazy, and it's like, damn, I wish I had that in me to do something every day. I'm trying to get back into it and do more, but man,
Well,
every
shit, man.
day.
It's a lot of work. I mean, I said that, I don't know if I said that Tuesday, Thursday, one time recently. I was saying, it's a lot of work, and I really admire, I think I said specifically, I named Tasha over at Mama Bear Prepping. Man, I admire her because she's got something out every single day, like clockwork. She posts at the same time just about every day, and she's
Yeah.
always got something. I was like, that's a lot of, kudos. And she's got good stuff out, and a lot of channels do, but yeah. I don't, so maybe I'll try and work on that a little bit, or at least get something. I got out of doing my prepper lingo, and I really want to get back into that because I've got a stack of stuff here that I want to put out, and I just haven't done it. So, just stuff. Life happens. So,
Man, there was a time when between Tribe and Native Voice, the entire clock span was covered between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like you guys used to go hard like that, and I guess you guys kind of settled down a little.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it was a lot
Tribe
of
got
running.
tired of me coming in there.
It was a lot of us doing stuff back to back too. Like we would have
Mhm.
AJ and then me and then Native, and then Gray Man started doing it, and then we hooked up with Prepper Nation. We did something on Tuesdays with him. Then you had POTB. He did his Mondays and Wednesdays. It gets full, but it's full right now, man. It's the fullest I've ever seen it. Like every day you can go somewhere and find a live stream.
Mhm.
And
There are a lot
usually
more
know
channels too.
people that are in there.
Yeah, I just enjoy it, man. I enjoy the smaller channels just as much as the big channels, man. I really do. I enjoy the small chats. Just sitting there watching and just listening to what people are saying, reading what they're saying and stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna call
Yeah.
bullshit on that. I'm gonna call bullshit because last Saturday when I did that live, you showed up. I give you props for that. You showed up, but I thought you was gonna hurl, brother. I thought you was gonna hurl. Of course, I'll be honest. When I looked at my face in the mirror, I thought I was gonna hurl.
No, but I had something to do that night. What was it, man? I had to get on Natives or Hutches or
I know
Ghosts
you had
or
somebody else's to get on. You was getting
Yeah.
on somebody else's live, but you still showed up for a few minutes, man. That was my whole goal with that was because I'd signed up for the StreamYard and paid the $25. And my goal was not to let people stay up for too long, but give them 5-6 minutes, come up, roast me a little bit, let next one come up, and just let it be a rolling thing.
Right.
Let everybody, if they wanted to come up, they wanted to show that at least show your face backstage. Say, all right, we ain't gonna get no boobies or no genitalia flashed up on the screen or nothing like that.
Right.
Come here, roast, and then and just keep it rolling.
No doubt. You had a good time though, didn't you? It was a good time.
Oh, I had a blast, brother. I had a blast. I loved it.
Yeah.
That's what it was there for, man. Bring smiles and laughter to people. See me do something crazy and stupid, and funny, but you know, it wasn't meant to hurt nobody's feelings or make anybody angry. Just we got serious stuff going on in our lives all week long. You know, that's why me and Chris do our Saturday Night Live thing. And, you know, every Saturday night, about 8, 9 o'clock, we go live, either on my channel or his, Lazarick Homestead. But we
Yeah.
do that just for basically just talking smack, joking. You know, we talk about some serious things on there every now and then, but we don't let it consume the whole show, the whole live. You know, it's just to make people laugh and kind of be able to have that let loose.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, Tiger. I
You
appreciate
got to be able to laugh at stuff. I mean, things, no matter how serious they get, you still got to. Stuff ain't gonna stop moving, so you got to keep moving with
Tiger.
it.
That's right.
But you don't got a super chat to say something. Just say it in big bold letter. Tell Nisi, tell Tribe I'm saying something because I'm trying to pay attention to all y'all. But you don't got a super chat to say something. You know I got you. Just say put me on the damn screen, Tribe. or you can jump your ass on up in here with us. Join the crowd. I got places for 4 more folks.
We'll scoot over, make room.
Yep.
Come on, Appalachian. I know you like going live now. Come on now. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I'm actually gonna say I appreciate it to Tiger too, because I just got a sub from her. So
yeah, Tiger's awesome. Lake, is Lake still up in here?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, me and Lake go way back, man. When I first started going live and shit, Lake started jumping in with me, man. We would go live, have a bunch of people. This seems like it was like 5 years ago, but really it was less than a year ago, man, when like a lot of us started out. It really
Yeah, and you know what's weird is you and Lake used to be all over my feed at that time. And I really don't see you guys on my feed a lot anymore. And I've had to resub to you. And Lake Fairy I've had to resub to, and somebody I've had to resub to 3 times now. It keeps unsubscribing me from people. I don't get that.
I've had that happen to me too. I had to resubscribe to, I know TJ a couple of times, and then I've had several people where I'm not getting notifications, and I know very well that I did click, the bell icon, and I was getting it, and then suddenly it stopped, and it was unselected. Yeah, the platform's good about doing that,
Yeah.
And what I started doing, man, is when I'm in, even when I'm kind of lurking on these things, because I don't always even talk, because sometimes I don't feel like it, or sometimes like I'm like in the living room and the news is on and my wife's talking to me and shit, and I don't want to you know what I'm saying? I don't even type because I don't want to get sucked into it. But whenever I see the links come up, when the mods post links to the channel, I always hit it, because that's how I've been finding out that I'm unsubbed to people,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the lazy man's way to do it. I'm pretty good at finding the lazy man's way to do anything,
Right.
But that's how I've been doing it.
Hey, Lake Fairy.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
I had Ghost. Ghost was in my chat chatting, and he got booted from my live stream and unsubbed from me. and he came right back a couple minutes later. He was like, "Man, I was unsubbed and got booted from the chat." I was like, "What?" They attacked us, man.
Like, Big Brother's like, "Nope, that's enough of that."
My little sister is here. What's up?
Hi, Tribe. How's it going?
It's going good. What's up with you?
I had to do some stuff, and then I was doing so much stuff that I had some cereal.
Oh shit, Steading gonna get jealous.
Frosted Flakes?
Y'all were talking about cereal, and I was honestly a little hungry, so I was like, you know what? Sounds good.
Idea. Hell yeah. Well, I'm curious, Lake. I'm curious. What's up with this conventioning of the states? Let the people know we got 81 in the chat, and if somebody ain't heard about it, it sounds pretty serious.
Yeah. So I don't, you know me, I don't know a lot of stuff, so that's why I pinned in Patriot Nurse and Pinball. I guess Pinball got one state wrong, but other than that, I mean, everything else he said it was right. I think it has to do with the Fifth Amendment. It's basically when we know our government is so far cuckoo that they forget that we the people. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't personally know how to explain it all because,
Right.
Lake Ferry doesn't know stuff. But I did go and read the Convention of State, and I definitely signed it. Before you sign it, all right. So when you scroll down there on that link, be careful of who your representatives for your state are,
Yep.
because that actually can go back asswards real quick.
Mhm.
It could like make you a target. In other words, is that what
Well,
you're trying to say?
No, like we need 35 states to do this. And we're thinking it's going to be about 42.
Got
Hmm.
you.
And if you have a bad representatives from your state with a bunch of good people trying to change things, they could change something and it could go really bad for
Oh, I got you. I
yeah,
got you. Okay.
yeah.
Just gotta be careful.
Got to be really, really careful.
Well, you got to be careful anytime you sign anything, but especially something if it's because that's what it sounds like to me is you're kind of going against the government. You know,
They're
Yeah, we
kind
know
of
they don't like that.
they're kind of going against us, and they're
oh
forgetting
yeah,
who and the Constitution was written to protect
Yes.
us. The government is for the people.
We have one of the
By the
few,
people. Right.
the framework of this country is very unique to others in the respect that when it was drafted, they knew that later we probably were going to have to rip some motherfuckers out of the chair eventually,
Right.
and then
Oh, that was
they gave us kind of like the checklist of to kind of control so that it's not just like a mob with torches and pitchforks. It's like, here, do this, then do this, then do this. And if all else fails, then do that,
Right.
And so really for people to do that, that's exactly what it was written for. So it's not going against the government. It's going with the government. It's going against the politicians perhaps,
Right.
but not the government,
Right. We
Gotcha.
need the government. It's he's right. And
But you tell that to those politicians because they're going to treat it like it's an insurrection. And
Mhm.
yeah.
well,
They'll
That's
even,
what I was
I'm sure
thinking.
they'll even call it that.
when you got people doing
Again.
dumb things and they're not doing their job and they're not looking out for their people and they're just looking out for their own,
Pockets.
then
Yeah.
there's an issue. And actually, Backwoods earlier was the one who told me and a couple other people, be careful of who is representing your state. Sorry, it's late. I'm
Right.
getting tongue tied. Blah, blah, blah.
So we got Mark Rubio.
We got Hogan, which he's a Republican, but he's about as close to a Democratic Republican as you can get, in my opinion.
Like a rhinoceros.
Yeah.
Called a rhino, Republican in name only.
I mean, he's not nowhere near as bad as these, New Yorks and Californias and stuff like that, but he still let shit go that he shouldn't have. Red
Well,
flag laws, mandates, all this shit.
the thing about Rubio is when I agree with him, I really agree with him. I'm like, wow, man, he knocked it out of the park. And then he'll just drop that football, man. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like he can run 1,000 miles, and then the next one he'll trip on his shoelaces, like right out the gate,
Right.
Well, I've got a theory on that stuff because I've seen there's, he ain't the only politician that does stuff like that. There's plenty of them, and the thing is, it seems almost like it's, yeah, I kind of screwed up. I shouldn't have said nothing about that. This gonna affect my wallet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I wish that wasn't right, but you probably are right.
When
Yeah,
it comes
well,
down
one thing-
to it, man, that's what it's always about. It's always about money. That's just what it is. It's about money, man.
You
It
look
is.
at most of these older politicians, and yeah, the only two things they seem to care about is money and power. And
Mhm.
the fact is, they don't realize that that power is only there as long as we allow them to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
Yeah, but they've
that's why
gotten
so
to a
many
spot
of them.
now. But they've gotten to, you can't say that's steading because they've gotten to a point now where we're not even controlling who's getting into office. I'm just going to say that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's been a problem for a
Here's
long
it this way.
time.
It has been Lake Ferry. It's just so much more blatant now. It's.
Yeah.
I told my husband, I said, everything is so blatant and just in your face. I have a really hard time understanding how the average person can't see what is going on. I mean, maybe in the past, and be like, if people aren't paying attention to this, that, and the other, how can you not see what is? It's so. I mean, just I feel like it's flaunting. Just
That's it right there. Hit the nail on the
mean-
head because they're coming straight out and saying it. They ain't trying to hide it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, for an example, exactly what she said, Lucky Dame's saying, with the whole dog muzzles and them trying to force those, and yet here you see our elite politicians having gatherings of mass proportions, and not a soul there has a muzzle on, and it's like, well, wait a minute. How come we got to do it if there's only 2 or 3 of us? But you can get together this many people, and what? It just what? Because y'all are rich, it doesn't affect you.
Yes.
They've been doing
It's
that
the
since the
poor man
beginning, though.
virus.
Back to Pelosi going to get her hair done and shit, and getting caught.
Yeah.
And Newman, whoever the hell that dude is in California,
Newsom.
he was
Newsom.
busted.
Yeah.
Don't forget Beetlejuice in Chicago.
Oh my God.
Don't
If I might,
Jelly Prepper, I see what Jelly Prepper is saying there. He says they can't see because they don't look. That is true. I mean, yes, I do know that people are only going to see what they want to see. They're only going to listen to what they want to hear. And unfortunately, there's still a whole hell of a lot of people out there who want to have their head in the sand. They don't want to see anything other than what they're being spoon-fed by the media, because that's easy. Then you don't have to think for yourself. You don't have to do anything. Everything is spoon-fed to you. There's a severe lack of critical thinking skills out there,
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a huge problem, but it's still, there comes a point. I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking there's got to come a point where there's stuff that's so blatant. I mean, surely people look at it and say, hey, wait a minute. Hold on. That's not, that, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm gonna get wound up and go off on a rant. I don't want to do that this late at night. So
I'd have to agree
I'm
with
real
you, but if you
tired.
think about it, I mean, they literally held the door open for them in January, but yet all those people are
yeah,
locked up now compared to everything that happened last year.
yeah, with felony charges and mistreated while they were detained.
And the
So-
people from the year before, they actually made funds to get them out of jail. They set up
Yeah.
accounts and all that to get the people out of jail. So, I mean,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
also advocated, like on our dime and on our time.
Mhm.
While they were working, they actually advocated those funds and pushed it.
mhm.
And I'm trying to remember exactly who all did that. And I at the time I said I wasn't going to forget, and here I am, and I can't. I'm drawing a blank, but yeah,
Maxine
that's-
Waters.
I would say
Chuck
Waters.
Schumer,
Oh
Yeah.
Lord,
Maxine Waters was one of them. Yeah, thank you.
I can't
Ilana
stand that
Omar,
woman. Can't
Ayanna
stand her.
Presley. Would you like me to keep naming them for you?
But dude, I wonder, man. Like the lines are definitely being drawn, and the contrast is becoming hard not to notice.
Yeah, that is true.
well, I have
Well, I
a
agree with-
visual description kind of. I'm in Washington State, and we're fucked 5 ways to Sunday. And what I'm seeing is they're building up huge dominoes along the coasts because those are the population centers. So places like New York or, Washington, Oregon, California, we're all fucked. The whole eastern seaboard, fucked. Now, they're blatantly doing this right in our faces, reinforcing those huge dominoes. And what do we have in the center? Well, large Asian nation owns all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
And
buying
they
it up.
also own the coast. In Seattle, the industries here, we have tech. Keep in mind, Gil Bates is centered here, and we have agriculture. We have a ton of shipping. Portland, Seattle, those are huge ports to Asia.
Yeah.
They own and control all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I guess I'm kind of getting at is that we've been purchased already, people. There's no invasion. All right, the check's been written.
Yeah, that happened a long time ago.
A long time ago.
It's happened quietly over many years. Yeah.
And those huge dominoes on the coast can be toppled down very easily, and it's going to go straight into the center, if you follow me visually, into where they've already set up something to reap, to sow later. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Serbian prepper.
I do. It's depressing.
Oh yeah.
It's depressing. And it's so damn deep, and it's so damn. I mean, the roots are. I mean, no point intended, Virginia, but the roots of these people and their power and the shit that they've calculated to build and become are so deep. I mean, we had somebody in there that went to war with him and was the president, and he was shut up, shut down, and kicked out. The president of the United States. I mean, it just they're
Cancel
beating us
culture.
up so bad. They're making us believe that we can't do anything.
Yeah, 45 was kicked off Twitter, but yet T-Ban can be on
That's
there right now.
Oh yeah.
exactly what I was about to say.
Especially
man.
even after yesterday, they're still.
Oh
on.
my God. Yeah.
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 And
And
so
I
what's
know
the
technically they're
for
not
that?
the ones that did it, but whatever.
Bad guy's a bad guy, huh?
Truth be told, we don't know that.
I agree with that
Yeah.
statement right there. They had to make it past all their checkpoints and everything else to get to where they were before they started blaming it on our troops.
I'm doing air quotes checkpoints.
You know what I figured?
Those fuckers.
I figured by now YouTube would have put out a statement, and watch it come. They're going to put out a statement saying any false information about what's going on in Afghanistan is going to get your channel a strike or banned or something. You watch. They're not done shutting us up. They're not done telling us what we can and can't talk about. Like for the last couple months, it's been, the Jabberwocky and the voting. But you watch, they're gonna cut. There's gonna be a new newsletter here probably in the next week, and they're gonna have some new regulations, and we're gonna have to shut up about this shit too, or our channels will be taken down.
Well, have you guys noticed how every time the administration talks about getting people out of there, they always make it a point to put in there the people that want to leave.
Yeah.
Every time
like
that
people want to stay there and shit.
every time they say that, so that way when they're done, they can say, "Well, no, those people just wanted to stay. That's on them."
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Every time I've heard Circle Back Girl, she's said that every single time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And make it a point to put. I mean, they specifically, boom, right there, the people that want to leave.
Yeah. And then now I noticed
Planting that seed there. That psychological. Oh my God. Sorry. Just.
they won't they don't no longer are telling they're telling the press basically, well, why do you need to know how many people? It doesn't matter how many people.
Yeah.
They won't even give a number anymore.
Well, if you want to know how many people, ask the Taliban because they have the list of people.
Yeah.
So
They
they can
do.
read it off to you.
Yeah.
That right there, man, if I would be over there, I can't even say it, but if I would have still been over there and they put a list with my name on it and gave it to those motherfuckers, I
Would be
would
very
have some
upset.
plans when I got back, if I got back. Let's put it that way.
I
Yeah.
hear that.
Because you're done forever. Forever you're done. You
It
know?
is-
I don't see how that's not treason, to be honest about it. I mean, I don't understand how that is not treason.
How
It
is
was,
all this shit not treason?
Right.
True there, but
I
but
can
I'm
tell
with
you.
I'm with you though.
Your name doesn't change. They can sit on that thing for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they got enough sleepers over here, and we just brought a couple boatloads of them over. And I've signed SIVs myself, so I've brought Afghans over here personally. But what I'm saying is, there's a difference between guys that work with and for you, and one of these dudes from the hillside that they just pulled off and threw in a plane. You know, that two
Yeah.
totally different types of people we're talking about here. You know,
That's what I started going off
Yeah.
about 2 weeks ago, because when I started covering it, I'm just like, this is. I'm not going to mention. I'll just say 2001.
Right.
This time, we know it's not going to be such a surprise, but is it?
Well, I mean, that's like I hate to admit it, and I hate to even say it because I don't want to take away from anybody that died yesterday.
No.
But I have a very bad feeling that it was actually just a distraction. What and who got on that plane while everybody's attention was on that gate
Mm-hmm.
and out front?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
it's
can
just
tell y'all.
Well, Mr. was reading about an article. I wish he was still up so he could tell me about it so I could tell you guys that there was something going on. But it was, and I told him, I said, well, if they're making it public, then they're already out because they're not going to. There was a little secret squirrel action going on there. And this article he read was actually talking about how they did it. And it was happening while everything was going off yesterday and things were happening because the communications were interrupted and that affected them trying to get people through the airport because there was, oh gosh, he told me what it was, something about Bug Out Bushido. Help me out here if you know what I'm talking about, if you've heard anything about this. He said it was, I'm trying to remember, he said it was something about they used a pineapple, a particular picture of a pineapple on their phones, and they would show this picture as they went through the different areas in the airport to kind of like, that was like, I guess their signal or something to get people through.
Well, they've.
It was,
You
and
know,
it was the
over there,
pineapple
they
was
use-
for the name of the group that was there. That was, oh, I'm not making a lot of sense, but I wish I could remember what
I know
this
the
was.
Taliban at the time, and God, for probably a solid 4 or 5 years, you could show them pictures of a cat on your cell phone, and they would flash pictures of cats back to you, and that was how I knew I could go talk to them.
Well,
so
they used a
like
pineapple in this case, and they used the pineapple because it was something to do with the name of the group. It was, oh man, who was it? And it was U.S. that did it. Dang it, I can't go wake him up. Be like,
you
tell me again about that pineapple group.
Well,
But anyway, when you said what was a distraction for and something was going on, there was something that was going on, but it had
I
already,
wish we could talk a little more about that because there's one little caper I do know about, but it wasn't electronic. It was actually kind of more of a hands-on thing.
Operation
Well,
Pineapple. There it is. It's actually a story. Retired special op veterans carry out secret Pineapple Express mission to rescue 500. Yeah, that's what it was.
They got a bunch of Christians
There we go.
to go to, retired vets to go.
Pineapple. There we go. Pineapple Express. Okay. U.S. vets volunteer to secretly rescue allies in Afghanistan. It's on Yahoo News, The Drive, New York Post. Okay, I had to Google that. I'm like, this is going to make me crazy.
My question is why did we wait until last night to send a drone?
Because the flight line and the like there was an XPG base in Bagram, and that's shut down. So the XPG's gone from there, and they have one way down south for sure on the border of Iran and Pakistan. But I don't know if that's in range. It might be, but there's really nowhere to launch a drone. You could do it from the airfield, but did they bring their drones there, or did they pack them up and send them home? I don't know.
They sent one.
Anything now.
They sent one last night, and apparently they got one of the ISIS-K people. I forgot his name. It was after 9 o'clock Eastern time. Wasn't quite time yet. Yeah.
But I don't know how many drones we have anymore because they've been shrinking this thing for years now. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely been receding. Now they wanted to keep a drone presence there because that was how Obama wanted to do business. Man, Obama. And here's another thing: hostilities against us have increased under Obama because he would blow your ass up in a wedding, at a funeral. He didn't give a shit, man. He would blow up little 9-year-old kids. Like that dude was killing everybody over there. And you look at and I'm not like a super right wing advocate guy, but man, George W. Bush, warmonger extreme that all the left wing hates. He did 55 drone strikes during his presidency. Obama did something like 300 or some shit, And I mean, he made Bush W look like Little League, And that guy really was killing everybody, man. I mean, and he didn't care about the splash damage, and that's what was bad for us, because it's not the targets that they get, it's the splash damage. It's the innocent bystanders that are affected.
Yeah.
That's how you create more of these people later.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
That collateral damage is what creates tomorrow's terrorists. You know, because that definitely leaves an image in their mind. You know.
Well, that's like they threw such a fit over what 45 did. And I mean, 45's, I mean, I'm sure there was more than just that particular one, but you know which one I'm talking about. But that one was very precise.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the Moab?
Yeah.
That was great, man. That was outside of Jalalabad. I wasn't there, but a friend of mine, he was one of the guys that fixed the C-Rams over in J-Bad, that's the R2-D2 looking thing that shoots down rockets, you know? And he was like, dude, watch the news, man. He's like, it's going to hit the news soon. This was incredible. But he saw it from they actually had a feed of the footage from the sky, and they saw it happen. And he said it was fucking incredible, man.
But so, that was.
I can only imagine what, and I used to drop bombs, man. I was like a JTAC, you know. But, man, a fucking bomb that big, I would have never dreamed that they even made one that big. That's wild. I can only imagine. That had to be glorious, man. That's all I can say.
Look, I imagine you have the same look on your face my husband gets sometimes when he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, calm down.
I seen a list of how many military had passed away. You know, each year, how many lives we lost in the military over there in Afghanistan. And I seen there was a huge jump in, I think it was 2010 and 2011. It was like a spike. It went from like 200 to like 500, and then it went back down. And I was just like, damn.
I find it a little coincidental, and I don't believe in coincidences, that during Mr. O's presidency, that this administration was that administration, and the same crap that happened then is the same crap that's happening now. And it's a little hard not to get pissed, and you're blind if you don't see it.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the people that Potatoes got right now were junior administrators. You know, they were in office with Obama as junior things, and now he's got them in his high position. So, hey, Prepper Nerd.
Mad Shad, what's up?
Mad Shad.
Hey, Mad Shad.
Well, the thing that got me on the thought pattern of it being a distraction is because I come across where they've already been releasing the information that they've gotten a lot of people that have come over on them planes are on the terrorist watch list. Now they've got those people supposedly locked up that are on the list, but
why did we bring them over to begin with?
But I mean, you know, whoever's on that list, you know, do we have facial recognition of all the ones that, you know, that are over there, or they come over here without any papers or anything? You know, hi, my name's Joe Smith. Okay.
Probably what they said too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So unless we've actually made contact with that person somewhere at one point, or they've got photos of that person, how are we going to catch them? You know, so those are just the ones that we do know that we've caught.
Well, that can't possibly be right. I mean, they got up there and said that everyone's going to have a background check. So
yeah.
Well, here's
like
another
how
thing.
do you check a background on someone who has no freaking government? Afghanistan has no fucking government.
A background check for them is a background check for us in like 1930 is what a background check for them is like. They have only one document. They have a Tascara, and the thing is literally a piece of tissue paper with type on it, and they laminate it, you know, or they don't even sometimes, you know, it's like a folded piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's got a photo glued to it. It's so easy to fake, you know. And I don't know. They're super behind the times on there's no background to check. Let's put it that way, you know.
So say there's no government. There's no. Yeah, Mr. and I had this discussion earlier today as well. It's like there's no government there. I mean, virtually no government. There's nowhere to.
But we have. Over the years, and this is a lot of years, 20 years, they've been cataloging anybody that worked in conjunction with the base, and they kept track of them by scanning their pupils and irises. And so the retinal scan is how they kept track of everyone. through the Seeks and Bats system. So anybody who's ever had any contact with one of the bases or fobs, they're in the system. So, like, you know, do they ever get flagged? And also the bad guys, whenever they catch terrorists, they would scan them also. So bad guys and good guys are in the system, but it's everybody in the middle that isn't, you know?
Right.
Look at the
ones they
technology
didn't
that came out recently with the facial recognition to unlock your phone. And I said in the beginning of the
Yep.
about a year and a half ago, you know, wearing the diaper, could it be that that's to hone in facial recognition? Because they've been working on that with Walmart cameras and any of the Big Brother, right? They've been working on those technologies for years.
Right.
Now they can just focus on the eyes. It's even better.
Well, actually, the last update, Virginia Roots is right. The last update for, you know, Apple phones was getting a facial recognition with the face diaper on.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can do that on any scale if that's what's happening now.
Yep.
With the iPhones, you know?
And if you do shop at the Walmarts, wear a hat.
Right.
Yeah, and anybody that doesn't believe that, 10 years ago, I used to work at Walmart. 10 years ago at one of our local ones, they locked the place down because somebody got caught on camera and it kicked into the FBI system. It was somebody that had been wanted and was on the run or something like that.
Really?
And they locked the place down, called the local PD and called, well, that place has got a federal building in the city. So they had the feds out there too.
Wow.
So, I mean, and that was just from walking around the building. So anybody that says that can't be done, that was 10 years ago.
Damn. That's some dystopian sci-fi movie shit right there.
Yeah.
Wow. But I say that and then I think, well, yeah, but in the 60s, Star Trek had flip phones and we have those, had those, how many years ago?
Totally.
Jeez.
Remember the Jetsons, the cartoon?
I love the Jetsons.
Yeah. But I feel like we're in a Jetsons movie sometimes.
I don't know. My house isn't on stilts yet, so I feel okay about it.
Well, I was joking with someone in a chat the other day that the name of the Jetsons' pet bird is Tweeter.
Is it? I don't remember them having a.
Yep.
I don't remember them having a bird. I remember they had the dog Astro.
Yeah. It might be that it's just in the movie. My son loves that movie, so I see it at least once a week. And yeah, their bird is Tweeter.
Shoot, if you want stilts, just go down there to Florida. You can get a house on stilts.
No, that's all right. Or we can go over to Louisiana, some parts over in the bayou.
Hawaii.
Hey, what's wrong with Florida?
Hey, I like Florida. I just came back from there, Bo. I like Florida. I'm just saying, she said house on stilts, so.
It's hot and tropical there, man. That's humid.
No mosquitoes.
Let me ask y'all something real quick, man. With all the shit that's going on, they kind of been working on us like slowly. You know, this is happening, but they've kept it kind of calm. Do y'all think that? I think something big is gonna happen. Something that's gonna shock us all. That's just the feeling I got. It's gonna be something big that's gonna make everything else dwarf. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly what he just said.
What I've been saying for months, when I felt like something big was going to happen, and people are like, well, why don't you just tell us? Well, because I don't know. I just feel it. I don't know what's going to happen. If I did.
It's that serious gut check feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that we're, as a country, we're jumping rope on a razor blade in a busy intersection after we just swallowed a bottle of pills, you know? I mean, like, there's like 3 boulders racing at us, and we don't know which one's going to hit us first, is what I think is going on.
Well, I like to say it as the pin has been pulled, and we don't know where it's going to get thrown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The pin's been pulled, and that could go 360. I'm not sure where.
I think it's going to shock people. I think that you're going to have people mind fucked. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Excuse my language, but you think this is fucked with your head. Wait until this big thing, whatever it's going to be, man, they're going to hit us. And I think that's when it's going to be a major move on the government's part to do the major shit that they want to do that they're not telling us, that they're keeping us distracted by all this other shit.
Yep.
That's that when they hit us with it, and everybody's scared to death, and people are freaking out, and can't call each other or whatever the hell happens. Then that's when they're gonna drop the shit on us
The
and do
proverbial they
whatever.
need a catalyst to further take away our freedoms. And
Yeah.
that's why I think it'll be a violent catalyst, because one piece at a time, our rights are going to be dismembered. So they need shock and awe. That's the fact.
But see, thankfully, there's one thing that can backfire on them on that. Because if you look back and look at the what happened with the Boston Massacre, that's actually what kicked people in the ass to revolt and do all that kind of stuff after seeing that happen.
Right.
I'm thinking something bigger than that. I'm thinking something bigger than 9/11.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that we need to try to make sure that whenever that happens, we can actually say, hey, these are the ones that did it. They're trying to say it was these people over here, but check it out. This is right here. I mean, because they're going to play that blame game, and they're already setting it up to where they're going to be putting the blame on us, to be straight up about it. I mean, everybody's seen what, Homeland Security's put out for their biggest terror threat. Anybody that doesn't want or anybody that thinks 45-1, or anybody that flies the flag, pretty much.
Hello, Moose.
I just really think it's going to be like I'm thinking, man, shit, like a super volcano. I'm not saying that's going to be it, but that's how big this is going to be when the big thing hits. It's going to be like, it's not going to be something that we've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
Something like something going off at the Olympics or something.
Bigger. I'm thinking bigger, man. I'm talking about life change, because I think they really want to take away what America is. I think they want to put a new system in place. And in order to do that, you really got to hit hard. And they've been working on it so long that they need something big to wipe it out, put in place what they want to put in place to make us just bow and be slaves, and they'll be all powerful, and it is what it is. I mean, all these people want to be kings and queens. Look at Pelosi, man. She thinks she's a queen.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, kickoff of 2020, okay, what happened? Started with I can't think of another word, the pandemic. Then it was face diapers. Then it came up to Jabberwocky. And it's steady working its way to comply, be complacent. We're here to take care of you. Public health. These are the same things that Hitler did to the Jewish people. I mean, if you go back and you look at your history, and I know this shit because I lived over there. I wasn't alive during that time, but my dad was U.S. Army. We were stationed over there. And, I learned a lot about history and stuff. Hated it when I was in high school, but I've been, ever since I got out and shit, I've been watching it, learning it. And, these are very reminiscent of the things the Nazi Party did, which Nazi Party stood for National Workers Socialism Party, I believe it was. But, it was also a Aryan nation thing. It was all centered around compliance and control.
Yeah, but then all hell broke loose, and it was World War II.
Yeah.
After all these things were put in place, like you're talking about, but after that, it was World War II, and there was countries destroyed, millions of people lost their lives. It was absolute hell.
Yeah.
Nobody was safe.
The biggest lie in history.
And now
Yeah.
it's the free world doing it. Like, it's America.
It's not just us though.
What's to come?
Not just America. There are other actors behind the scene. You pay attention closely,
Yeah,
Tribe.
but when I say it's America, what I'm meaning is there couldn't be a worse place for this to happen than America. I know it's
Right.
happening around the world. I know there's other countries and other continents falling right now. But we were the superpower. We are the everybody looks to us to be free. That's the land of the free. That's where you can go have your dreams made. When that one place crumbles, I mean, they've always said it. We've always said it. If America falls, the world falls.
And just to clarify there, when I said the biggest lie, I wasn't talking about, the whole Nazi thing. I was going to say the biggest lie in history. We're from the government and we're here to help.
Oh yeah. No, I think Tribe misunderstood what I meant by other actors behind the scene. I'm not talking about what we're actually seeing that other countries are doing with their citizens. I'm talking about the influence other nations are having on our country, the people like Soros and them, these very extremely wealthy people. Gates, I mean, you look at the shit we were talking about. Gates in China buying up land in America. Why is our land being for sale, our farmland, for sale to a foreign nation?
Yeah, that's illegal in most countries.
Gladly sell them to you.
Right.
Exactly, Bushido.
I missed what you said, Bushido.
Oh, I just said 100% ownership of anything is illegal in most countries. Like, try going to Southeast Asia or China and buying anything. You can't do it.
Right.
It's not allowed.
Yeah.
Well, you own like the meal you buy or the food, but like you don't own your car, you don't own your house,
You
don't own your
business. Yeah, you don't own your business.
Well, there's a lot of people in Thailand, like Americans, that quote unquote own businesses, but they have to partner with a local, and they actually have 51% of the business. So you throw all this money into a business over there, and you're paying half of all your profit to someone that's just because they're a citizen there,
Yep.
And that's just how it is.
Well, that's why, in my opinion, when it comes to something big happening, I mean, Backwoods made it a point to really kind of hone in on this last night. But when it really hits, it's not going to go atomic. I don't believe that, because like he was pointing out, and I fully agree with him, everybody wants the resources. So they're not going to, they want to get rid of us. They don't want to get rid of the resources. So they're not going to take it to that level.
I don't completely agree with that. I heard that last night too. I don't completely agree with that, man.
Well, you think about it, they're starving over there. They make all of our soil over here that they're buying up, not being able to be used to plant stuff. What good is it going to do them? They're still going to be starving.
But there's a lot of places over here that you can hit up, and you won't be destroying those spots. You don't have to destroy the entire United States to fuck it up and still.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I meant about the big dominoes. It's all maybe around the outside, but the heartland stuff in the center, they keep that clean, good to go. The biggest impact will be in the population centers, and those are all along the coasts.
Yeah, I agree that view.
Here's the problem. If you go nuclear, you've got winds, you've got fallout, and that can spread for thousands of miles.
Yeah.
I mean, you look, we had sand come across the state of Florida that gave us overcast days that came from the Sahara Desert. And that's thousands of miles away on another continent. So when you're talking atomic particles and stuff, that would contaminate almost the entire U.S. Even if you did a tactical nuke strike and hit, say, Los Angeles, Portland, Sacramento, San Francisco.
I I got you, but there's a lot of shit that can be destroyed without nukes. We
Right.
got
Well,
bombs that can
yeah,
blow some shit up that ain't nuclear.
that's actually what I was kind of trying to point towards there. You know, I don't think it's going to go to that level, but they're still going to, because it's like right up here, 15 minutes away from me in the town north. Right as you pull into town, there's a lot that since I've been, all this went down before I was born, but as long as we've been down here, that lot's been empty. And what it is they used to haul waste from St. Louis, hazardous waste, and they had like a dump there in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Well, that spot is still completely empty. They've been trying to sell it for years. You got some grass growing on it, but they've tested it, and the soil's no good. You're still not going to, you won't want anything that comes off of that. I'll put it that way. You know, and I mean, I'm 36. Yeah, 36. 37.
Sure?
37. 37.
You forgot how old you are.
Old timers coming in now. But you get my
Check
point.
your
You know, I would if I had one, but no. I mean, they you know. So you're talking probably around 40 years, and you're still not going to grow anything you want to eat on that. And that was just from hazardous waste that they were throwing in the dump. You know, that's not going nuclear and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you look at
I do want to say one point when you get done, though. I do want to.
okay. I was just going to say, look at Chernobyl. I mean, around there, stuff's growing, but do you really want anything from there?
Depends on whether you want
Nah.
superpowers or not.
Now, I know we say they don't want to hit us with nukes. They don't want to hit us with nukes, or they don't want to. But have you ever thought that maybe we might want to hit them with nukes? And if that happens, then all hell breaks loose.
Right.
And if you don't think Joe Biden's half loony ass or Pelosi, if they think if we start getting attacked, you don't think America won't shoot something over there and try to hit them up hard? We already did it in Japan back in the days. I don't think they would have any problem shooting one of their 2 or 3 of them things off.
We have everything we need. Everything we need. And what did he do? He went and shut down the pipeline. And just like Mark Chesser is saying, Russia signed a big contract with Saudi Arabia. True. Also, guess who is in the Persian Gulf? We get now, he thinks it's a great idea. We go through the Persian Gulf to go get our oil. Who else is in the Persian Gulf? Saudi Arabia, China, Russia. Oh, they love us.
Iran.
Iran, thank you. So get your oil, kerosene, your propane, whatever it is that you heat with. If you're not on natural gas or you don't depend on a wood stove, I'm not going to lie. I like sleeping. I don't want to get up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So we do get kerosene, but here where it's cold in the winter months. I don't want to get my Lake Ferry butt out of bed to go start a fire anymore. So we stopped doing that. We started filling the tank. But if you depend on that for your soul fuel, get it now. Call Monday.
Yep.
It's going up.
And I mean, that's just like you were saying. He shut down the pipeline over here.
Yep.
And I mean, truthfully, my son was actually fixing to head up there for a job. He was going in for an interview and all that right when they shut it down. But they shut that down. Then he okayed for the one that has been on hold over there for Russia for however long, even though Russia's the enemy again. And he okayed that one, so that way that could go through. And then right after that's when the one over there near Tribe and all them got hacked. And we had that issue.
Yeah, the gas.
Well, I wonder how much of this Russia poison is actually Russia, though. I really do.
Well, that's like, I find it funny that one of the biggest named people in the world that has told the American people, do not give up your arms, do not give up your weapons to your government. Whatever you do, keep a hold of your guns, was Putin himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because what
Because
happens
Putin
when you
knows
do that?
something
You become like Australia. You become like Argentina, is it? I mean,
Venezuela.
yeah, thank you.
Actually, both.
I would say where these are no longer worth anything. Yeah, that's
Bull of
$1,000. That's $1,000 bill from Venezuela. That's my toilet paper is probably worth more than this.
Well, actually, I saw a video, and there was a hot dog stand with $800 hot dogs. So.
Oh, okay. So I
Oh.
can get a hot dog.
Was that
Yeah.
Indigo Prep, or was it Indigo Traveler or something like that? Bug out. I
don't
watched
know.
a guy who did a series where he stayed in Venezuela a couple of years ago, and
Yeah,
it was like
been
a week or so, and he showed like a hot dog stand. It was in a nicer part of town, but how expensive it was.
Yeah, that was probably it then.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it was a really good series, I thought.
Yeah, it had the burger stand in it too, because I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, there's a burger stand, and he talks about how expensive it is, and the equivalent at the time, this was 2 years ago, how much just a cheeseburger and a bag of chips and a Coke, a bottled Coke cost was like, it was like $20, $45. It was a ridiculous amount of money. It was like a really nice meal here, but the equivalent, and this was a couple of years ago. And the rate changed daily, basically. Everything went up daily.
I do remember that $800 was about how much your average worker made in a week. So you save your money for a week, and then you go buy a hot dog and live it up,
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
I agree with what Rick Pearl was saying, and also what Tribe was saying earlier. We're not going to see a mushroom cloud the way Hiroshima went down. That was 80 years ago. The technology now is much better.
Well,
it will be tactical, it will be directed, and it will have minimal fallout. And even Japan is a series of islands. They grow shit. Okay, it didn't take long. Yes, they had to rebuild. I'm Japanese. I'm not being disrespectful, but they absolutely rebuilt and are pretty strong now. But we're not going to see a mushroom cloud like that. We're cleaner than that now.
Has anyone?
Virginia, you're Japanese. Can you answer this for me? Is it like a genetic thing where you just feel compelled to put nuclear reactors on fault lines? Like, is that something that's...
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genetically predisposed.
Yeah, I'm like,
I love how
like,
Bug Out is just like deadpan when he says stuff.
Well, I got a question for y'all. We've been sitting here.
Oh, okay, I hear you guys. So it wasn't just me. He lost his audio.
What?
Hear me? Or
You're fine.
Did Tribe do that? Or
Maybe.
Wait.
I ain't doing it.
What'd he say? I want to wear the wig. Oh wait, I can lip read. Say something. Say that again.
Okay. Word. Say it again.
Your mic went out. I didn't do it. I promise.
oh my goodness.
Your mic's out, Steading. It ain't me. I wouldn't mute you like that. I'm not like that, man.
While Settings fixing his mic, has anyone thought about the possibility of chemical?
Yep.
I have. That would seem awfully messy.
Yeah.
But I don't. Well,
but would that have
anything?
Would that have the effect like what Tribe was talking about a minute ago, though? You talking about it being messy, a big event, it would have the exact effect that Tribe was kind of talking about a while ago too.
I mean, look, the whole world just got hit about 1.5 years ago with something out of a lab, in my opinion. If that can happen, anything can happen. I mean, China should be on trial right now with the world. And everybody is scared. They can't do shit to them. China can do whatever the hell they want. Nobody will check them.
And the only one that would, we got a potato now.
You know what weapon the whole world is using right now?
What's
psychological?
Mm-hmm.
It's called the new weapon. It's a new strain. I talked about it. It's called fear.
Yeah.
And that could mess people up physically and mentally. And as long as it keeps getting fed, it's just going to keep growing. So having a spirit of just enough fear to keep you alive.
Yep.
Because, we don't supposed to have a spirit of fear. However, there's a little bit of fear that keeps us alive. Backwoods and I were talking about that earlier this morning. And that's one thing that they cannot take from us, is that they can't instill that much fear. Critical thinkers, God-loving people, we don't have a spirit of that much fear. They can't control us, and that's what scares them.
Yep. Amen.
But when you get in the belly of the beast, it's nothing but fear. And really, that's how I judge people. I don't judge people when they're by what they say beforehand. You got to see what they do in the moment, because that's terror and fear is what shapes a person, or it's what breaks a person,
Yep.
And I'll tell you, like, I've been on a couple of these live chats, and it always comes up, it's usually they're talking about like the foreign contractors coming to take your guns or something, and then the whole chat suddenly becomes Rambo, and they're like, I'm not afraid, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, man, every time some shit went down, I was fucking terrified, and I'm like, well, maybe they're just tougher than me, but I know that I perform like a fucking scalded dog when I'm terrified, like it makes me sharper, but you're going to be scared. You're going to be fucking absolutely terrified. And a really good book to read is Gates of Fire by Stephen Pressfield. It's about the Spartans in Thermopylae. And the guys are going in there with their spears and they're fighting. And there's just liquid shit running down their legs because they're so terrified that they're just shitting themselves while they're fighting,
Wow.
And like, it's like, you got to get ready for that stuff, man, because like when it's time, it's going to be fucking the scale and the magnitude, and like, you're looking around and you blink your eyes and you pinch yourself and it's still fucking happening, it's going to be different, man. Like
the thing is, people
on a nightmare.
Well, I mean, people, when it comes down to it, anyone can talk a big game. No one really knows how you're going to act or behave in a shit situation until it happens. You may think you're going to be fine, that you'll be cool, calm, and collected, but you're probably not.
Yeah.
I am not military. I've never been military, but I've been in some hair-raising situations and some real shit situations, and I was scared as hell. And I mean, I can remember an instance, somebody was trying to break into my home while I was in it and was trying to kick the door in. And I was new to owning pew-pews, and I thought I was a good, safe little pew-pew owner by not keeping it loaded. So if you've ever tried to load a mag while your hands are shaking like a leaf, good
and your
luck.
fingers start getting dumb.
Yeah, yes. The adrenaline's pumping, and because at any second you're thinking, my God, they're going to come through that door, and what am I going to do? Oh my God.
It's like being that scared where you have to react. Everyone's had that dream where you're not running fast enough, or you're trying to like run through Jello or something.
Yeah.
I've been so scared for my life that your heart just pumps, and it's like it's almost paralyzing.
Yeah, it is. It's almost paralyzing, and it's like, and some people do freeze up. That's the thing. I've seen people who, talk a big game or say, oh no, or they were extremely confident. They don't even talk a big game, or it's an ego thing. They're like, yeah, I'm going to do X, Y, Z and da 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 da. I saw so many people last year just from this stuff that kicked off last year. They immediately, their response to it all was, no, I'm not going to stick around, meaning their plan was if it got worse or got bad, they were going to check out. That was their solution, not try to find a way to survive, to thrive, to live, to do anything, to fight, to stay. It was, nope, bye.
I'm too much of a stubborn asshole.
And I was floored. I was like, I don't know, yeah.
I've never been in the military, but I've been at that point where it's like, you're going to die.
Yeah.
If you don't do something, you're going to die.
Yep. There's some of us who've had experiences like that, you know,
It's
where
so
you were military or non-military or first responders or Joe Schmo on the street, you know. But
You know,
yeah,
that's the one that screws me up the most is the first responder situation. Like, you know, the kinetic stuff where things are going back and forth really fast.
hmm
You maybe it's training or whatever, but my body just responds to it, you know. But man, when I'm sitting there with people that are all busted up and leaking and stuff, I have to think, you know, and that's so much more difficult to me, you know.
you disconnect and you just do it. I went to school for EMT. I did my ride outs and all that stuff. Never worked at it as an EMT. Life took me another direction. But I loved clinicals. But when I got on the ambulance to do my ride outs, you know, Silverback, did you say that it was you or someone else? Maybe it was somebody else I'm thinking of. It said they couldn't do it. They had a bad experience. They had trouble with the kids. Did you ever train as EMT? Or am I thinking of someone else? No, someone else. Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, my wife's an RN.
Okay,
and I mean,
okay.
I give full respect to anybody because she's the kind that where she comes into those situations and she takes over, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like he said, it's reflex more
Because
or less.
yeah, people who work in healthcare, you're trained and you don't make it a personal, and it's really hard to do, you know. You know, it was somebody else. I can't remember. Somebody else here in the community. I don't think they're here in chat. Had told me they had trained as EMT and they worked at it very briefly because it's rough and it's hard. They had kid calls are tough, you know, child calls.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
No, I had thought about it after seeing what she does and helping people and everything else. I'd kind of like to do that myself, but well, almost 4 years ago, I checked out myself. So since then, I haven't been able to do anything.
Right.
So I sit behind a computer and work now.
bug out, Bushido. Are you still there?
Yeah.
You know that switch that turns on and off with the human to the animal instinct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He sounds cautious, yeah.
Well, I'm
maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, well, I know he knows. He's got to know. He's been where he's been. He's got to know.
Yeah. And
no one knows what that feels like until that switch gets turned off from one being to another.
Well, there's the other switch too, where you just become powered by rage and hate. You know.
Yeah.
And,
I know that one.
That's a very strange feeling, but it's free energy. It's like a nuclear generator, you know. But man, I wonder how many extra miles I put on my clock doing that, you know?
Well, that's the thing, because those levels in your body, there's so much that happens with one's body when that, I call it a switch, gets flipped.
Hello.
Yeah, for real.
There's certain parts of you that get shut down, like not peeing your pants for one. You know, I'm not kidding.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking of a few times where I was in a bad situation and that never even crossed my mind.
You can still do that. You just got to keep moving forward.
I just don't leave a trail where they can follow you.
I can hear you anyway.
I've peed my pants before. I was a grown-ass adult. I've done that. I'm not ashamed to say it. I actually can hold that in a serious situation, but my daughter coming out like the girl from the frickin' Ring from my closet made me pee.
Gosh.
Well, I was on my way to the bathroom and I just had my third daughter. I peed.
There's no way you could have held it if you wanted to.
No, but you know, being on that fight and flight plane all the time can mess up your body so bad. It can affect your heart. And like Bug Out mentioned, it can take a toll on your body. And
it's not just that. People that are in demanding situations in offices too, you know, they get this big giant pile of paperwork or electronic work that they need to do. And they're saying, we got to meet that deadline by the 5th. and they're like, man, I got to keep doing this. I got to keep doing this. And that's even that stress when you're grinding out through the day,
Yeah.
it creates blood clotting agents in your system because your body, our bodies are so old systematically that it doesn't understand paperwork. There wasn't paper 35,000 years ago, you know, and
Right.
your body's like, man, there's this threat. Is it a bear? Is it a fucking giant alligator? You know, your body doesn't know how to interpret it, and it's blind. So it's like, this is a problem, and it starts putting clotting agents into your system, and the next thing you know, it starts sticking to your arteries, you know?
And Firefly said that cortisol
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
does
Yeah,
bring,
of course, that is exactly what I was.
yeah, it actually can cause such bad inflammation in your body, and it can cause organs to shut down.
Yeah.
But yeah, you when that flips, that's, God, I can't talk. When that switch flips, it actually turns off entire areas of your body as far as blood flow. You know, it tries to conserve the blood flow into your core in case you get wounded. You know, your body knows what to do, man. But when that stuff wears off and that adrenaline goes off, you start throwing up all over the place. It's like coming off of I can only imagine, but it's like when you see those videos of the people that OD in their cars, you know, it looks very much like that, you know, like those chemicals wear off and it makes you sick, you know, all that adrenaline and shit.
The physiological
So
response is the same. Like you're saying, it could be an extreme violent situation. It could be that pile of paperwork in which the enemy is time. It's not a big bear. It's not whatever. It's a deadline, right? But it still puts off that exact same biochemistry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because your body doesn't know. Now, it's way more pressing and urgent when it's a traumatic experience. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
But that's why people like to ride roller coasters. You know, I mean, part of it's fun. You know, or
That adrenaline rush.
perceived as fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cortisol is the sleeper, though. That's the one that it makes you hold on to body fat. It messes with your metabolism. It's a long game as far as rolling over itself over and over and over. That chronic stress.
And you know another theory, and this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, so I apologize, but you know what? I bet Tribe, this is probably what he likes about me. But you know what I think is funny is we all basically tend to, as people, you know, the high school sweethearts get married and all that shit, you know. People select and do their selection process from a Darwin sense at like a young adult level without any knowledge of what the long-term, how that car is going to hold up once it's got 200,000 miles on it, you know? I almost think that there should be like a do-over, you know? Like you can get married to your high school sweetheart, and then once you hit about 30, you have to like get reelected or something, you know?
Reassess, reapply.
Because I think that our breeding process, there's a lot of things as far as cortisol and resistances to stuff like that go. Like, you know, man, I had no idea that I was good with that shit. You know, I probably need to get an angiogram, but like for how far I've gone, I probably shouldn't have made it this far. You know what I mean? But how the hell would I have known that when I was a sophomore in high school? You know, like I could have used that. You know, I could have used that as a selling point. Like, hey.
You naturally have control of your pheromones.
No doubt.
See, I would have went to the prom with Virginia if I knew all that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't take the hat off.
Oh, and I've been here this whole time, and I'm so sorry. Hi, Silverback Prepping.
No, it's not.
Can anybody hear me now?
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
No.
Oh, we should have acted like we didn't.
I was
hear
about
him.
to say,
Yeah.
is his mic still out? That's what I was about to do. Is his mic still out? I see your mouth going. Are you okay? Where's your
I see
wig?
your lips moving. Can't hear no words.
You go get that dress and get everybody's attention again.
Yeah.
Can y'all understand the words coming out of my mouth?
What?
Huh?
Night Bullfrog. Thanks for
Night,
chilling with
Bullfrog.
us, man.
Good night,
Night,
Bullfrog.
Bullfrog. Hopefully
There's
somebody can hear me.
There's two settings. I had to rewind. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Double
there was 2 for a second. Yep.
It's been a long time, tribe.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's
I'm
like
glad
old
you came
times.
up and chilled with us. About dang time. You so busy over there with your channel now.
I'm really not. I've just been outside a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, Lake, never mind. Tribe acts like he's scared of the camera now.
No, he is not scared of the camera.
Never wants to go live anymore. Got me
His,
hooked on it. Got me hooked on them damn morning show. I'd get up every morning, make my coffee, and wait on him. Then he quit doing it on me. I'm like, what the shit?
well, there's summer. There's gardens. There's, grass to mow. There's fishing. There's fishing.
Oh,
Tribe.
can't live out fishing.
We went
Don't forget archery.
archery. Yeah, I don't do that. It hurts my shoulder. I need something that I can actually pull back easily or easy. That's not even a word. Easily.
Easily.
Yeah, get you a
Easier.
get you a good crossbow.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So that's something we want to work on. But anyway, Saturday, Bigfoot caught a 25-pounder flathead, and I caught a
What?
and I caught a 9.8.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We went
Shit, I want to
to
go fish with you.
well, we went to Ohio to go do that.
Oh, really?
What kind of fish was it?
It was a flathead, shovelhead catfish.
Okay.
We were we went to a tournament.
Soul
Bigfoot
food.
won like $83.
That's cool as hell.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
We see them big catfish down here. They come down the Ohio and down to Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then we got all the barges and stuff like that down here and right here near southern Illinois. It's good fishing for catfish.
Yeah. It was fun.
Awesome.
We got to see my mother-in-law, my brothers, and my sister-in-law, and we haven't seen them. Well, they were going to come here. They came January of 2020. We hadn't seen them since.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's been, or maybe it was it was 2019. It was 2019 that they came here in January.
Wow.
I
Two
think
and a
so.
half years. Almost 3 years.
No, it was definitely like under 2. I don't know. My time,
Still a long damn time.
it's been a long dang time. But his mom, this past July was 6 years since we've seen his mom.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And we left here on a Thursday. Got there Thursday afternoon. It took us 10 hours. We were home by 10 p.m. Sunday night. It was a very quick trip. People thought that Lake Ferry went on a vacation. No, I had crap to do beforehand. I had stuff to do while I was there. We had very limited time to see family. We were literally, 4 days there here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing that people don't ever talk about. But for the past year and a half, I can't imagine how many families have been split apart and
Yeah.
not seen each other, not been around each other. And when you need that, you need that love and shit in your life to be normal. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing weighing us down and beating us up. And even if you would have beef with your family because of Republican and Democrat or this and that and this and that, you can still work it out when you're seeing them all the time and stuff. But then when you don't see somebody for a year and they're getting so headstrong about their Democratic ways and you're getting so headstrong about your Republican ways, then when you see each other, it's just terrible all the way around, man. They're splitting us up and dividing us, and it's crazy.
I agree with you there, Tribe. I mean, last March, my wife's an RN. All this stuff really kicked in. We've got a type 1 diabetic, my son. My health issues ain't the greatest. So for over 3 months, she stayed out of the house. I'm talking about did not step foot in this house, did not hug her kids, did not kiss her kids.
That's rough.
When all that stuff happened right off the back, nobody really knew what was going on other than what we were being told, right then. I mean,
Yeah.
she'd go to the store and get groceries and drop them off out front here and leave, and then we go outside and get them and come back in the house. And I mean, that was it. Me and the kids stayed here in the house. They finally went back to school, well, this week. But since all this stuff started, I mean, all three of them been on my hip this whole damn time. So I mean, that distance away from her, though, I can't imagine being in her shoes, being a mother, not being able to come home and hug your kids and stuff.
No.
And then go back to work the next day and deal with everything she had to deal with. Trying to help these people, trying to take care of everybody, getting literally shit on, because let's face it, everybody tried saying, let's back the frontline workers and all that kind of stuff, but nobody did jack shit for any of the nurses or anything like that, just to be honest.
Yeah.
And they're still not. Now the people are looking at them like people are looking at a lot of medical professionals like they're terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my wife doesn't even necessarily like to go out in full scrubs because she's going to get hollered at somewhere by some idiot. It's stupid.
Do you know the
He's got a
person?
point. I don't know how to say the name. Sorry, Lake. I just want to say it real quick. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but you got a point, man. With this whole year and a half, I mean, there's a lot of people that have probably gotten unhealthy as hell. I mean, shit, we were locked down for a while there, and some of these places been locked down forever, it seems, or they can't go out and go do nothing. So even if they're not locked down, they can't go to a restaurant or a gym. I mean, look at New York. I can't imagine the people losing their health there. You know what I mean? Can't go to a gym. How many gyms were shut down during this thing? I mean, so you got a point. I mean, I don't want y'all judging my body or nothing, but I mean, I'm just saying. You got a point.
That's okay. You can fat shame me all you want. That's fine.
I just assume that, I get certain people in the chat, and sometimes they just come in there just to kind of, but I think that Prepper Tribe is right. Certain parts of certain states, like cities, have different rules than rule and semi-rule. Some of the suburbs are still with the city type rules.
Right.
He just spent 8 hours.
It was roaming.
Oh.
Just saying hi.
Hi.
Nice to
Roman
meet you,
pepper.
Charlie.
But during this whole time, that's something that hasn't been
Didn't mean to
actually
cut you off, Lake.
pushed.
Sorry.
Is health. Nobody's been pushing, and upping your resistances on stuff, increasing your vitamin C, do this, do that, anything that's going to make us more healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's pushed that during all this. You might get somebody to say something real small at one point, and it's like they get shut up, like they get muzzled. It's all, let's do, you got to get this. No, don't try increasing your immunity at all. You got to get,
Yeah. No, we're all up there telling people to make sure you get a lot of sunlight, get your vitamin D from the sunlight, and different foods that you can get calcium from, like broccoli. Did everybody know that you can get a lot of calcium from broccoli? And
Actually talking about vitamin D without enriched foods, that's one of the hardest things to get. And in a nuclear winter, that is the hardest thing to process with a compromised sunlight, from the clouds, the overcast of a nuclear exchange.
What's your favorite source? What do you think? If we didn't have the sun, what do you think?
If you could repower streetlights, that puts out a good light spectrum. Those are metal halide, and they're like 1,000 watts usually a piece.
Interesting.
See how smart Bushido is, man. I
like
can't
stuff for
wait.
now, Bushido, did you see the purple lighting systems that they accidentally put in some places? But now they all think it's a great idea because it's better for one's skin.
see, they're putting in LED. They put in LEDs out here. It's no longer the metal halide.
I'm sure they're probably switching them all out because they take way less power. And actually, I wouldn't blame them for doing that, to be honest, because, I mean, man, you can only imagine how much they'd save doing that.
Yeah.
And truthfully, the amount of light it puts out is a lot brighter too. Not necessarily the intensity, but the area that it covers.
Well, it's the spectrum. So in theory, someone who had a flowering bush light could get vitamin D from that.
Yeah, and there are ultraviolet LEDs also, because if you look
Word.
at the new hydroponic systems and stuff,
Right.
they have LED hoods now that
Hmm.
they do produce that spectrum. So it can be done, but
Yeah.
I don't know if street lights are under that. But I know metal halide puts out probably the perfect light spectrum, to be honest.
See, here in the
Spectrum.
Adirondacks, we have to double up our vitamin D about 7 to 8 months out of the year.
Mhm.
Well, see, you saying that and talking about the grow lights, I actually went to Lowe's just here recently. I'm trying to get like, I think it was Virginia Roots was talking about getting to where, well, it might have been Lucky, getting to where you can grow inside during this winter.
Yeah.
I picked up some 4-footers for the fluorescent lights downstairs, just some new LED bulbs, and it's actually got a switch on it to where you can change it between the spectrums.
Oh,
Right.
that's cool.
And I
I used
mean,
to
it was about the same price as what the other ones were, and it was like, well, shit, you can go from indoor lighting to it's like a medium setting, and then it says sunlight, so you just click it all the way up to sunlight, throw it in the damn fixture.
If you're
Nice.
going to grow inside, though, you need more than just an LED. So you have to have a full spectrum light because you're going to need the green and the red and you're going to need all of it. Because if you want your plants to fruit, you're going to need a different kind of light.
Well, Lake, that's what I was saying. The LED grow hoods they make now have that. It's programmable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's pretty cool. I used to do a lot of hydroponic because I used to live up north, and the best one I ever made was out of one of those under the bed the things with the wheels on them that you slide out from under your bed, the plastic things that you put clothes in,
Did you
I took
grow
2 of
it?
those and ran them through a table, and I used a hole saw for making a door, to put a doorknob in.
Cool.
I just used that to cut the holes through to put the up and down flow on, and put a aquarium that a friend gave me because you always know somebody getting rid of an aquarium, especially people with kids, I used that as my reservoir, and the only thing I had to buy was the aquarium pump, which an air pump is nothing. The hoses and the actual like little plastic fittings and stuff for the basins that I made, and then the hydroton clay. But man, I was up and running in no time.
Sweet.
Cheap and easy.
I just grow on top of my fish tanks because it's easy.
That's my nickname, cheap and easy.
I was gonna say, is that what's on your sign?
Oh, goodness.
No, what I was going to say earlier before my tablet decided to mess up on me when my mic went out. It is old, like me. But, no, we were talking about tactical nuclear strikes, missile strikes, artillery, different things like that. They wouldn't even have to do any of that to be able to still have the resources untainted.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot
biological.
of low-yield stuff now. Anthrax, by the way, the weaponized anthrax, it won't reproduce, so it's a sterile strain. So it'll get its first yield in, and then it's all good after that. So by the time anyone else showed up, i.e., your paratroopers or whatever, that thing's already ran its course.
Yeah, and then it's just small little bands that they would have to wipe out or enslave, left bouncing around. But a virus could do it too.
Well, that's like, I think it was somebody else's idea here that was in chat, but it was a very good idea. And somebody else pointed it out to me, how this keeps kind of jumping between human and animal, because it's not just us. It kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's
highly
going,
unlikely.
but it's already mutated once. What if the entire plan behind it was for it to keep mutating to where it finally became that monster?
Yep.
And I think somebody here knows what I'm talking about, because it was their idea on this here, so I'm not taking credit here.
But the nature of the beast, and kind of like one of the rules of virology, is any time that a virus mutates, it mutates to become more optimized for the host. So if you have a virus that's lethal to a person, like let's say Ebola Zaire, right? Within 2 weeks that can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Well, any of the mutations that come off of that will be more transmissible but less lethal, because it doesn't want to kill the host. It wants to survive inside of it. So
Right.
it doesn't want you to die either. So when a virus, the common cold is the perfect virus. That's why we can't get rid of it. It has just the right amount of its ability to be transmissible amongst people, and it's just under the radar enough that it's already in full-blown stage by the time you realize you even have it, and then it hangs on to you until your body eventually finds a way to get rid of it. So it's like by that time it's spread to other people,
Right.
Pain dependent.
And
They built it perfect. They built that thing perfect.
That's what I was going to say. Well, but that's how things normally and naturally occur. This here,
it's not following.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. F screwed up when he said wild type, and he kept repeating, well, the wild type. Well, what other type is there?
Tampered with.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all caught on to that, but I'm like, he's saying wild type an awful lot. And I was like, no kidding.
I haven't listened to that guy speak in so long, to be honest, that I'm kind of just taking your word for it, but I believe you.
Yeah, it's I don't like to listen to them either, but when you're going to talk about something, you got to kind of have something to back it up with. So unfortunately, I have to listen to these idiots. And sometimes I feel like an idiot, and sometimes I am. But, like Bug Out was just saying, these things are smart. They drop a letter, switch a letter, add a letter, just enough to just make it a little bit different so it can stay alive.
Well, the other thing is, and someone else was kind of alluding to this, but isn't it weird how this one guy suddenly inherits being in charge of everything, and that's even contested to begin with,
Yeah.
But once this guy suddenly grabs the reins, everything goes wrong at once. I'm sure some of it's a coincidence, but there's too much coincidence to be a coincidence, because
right.
I just,
I mean, there was a reason he was paid so much money. I'm just saying.
He's a spokesmodel.
Yeah.
Anyone remember Star Search? Spokesmodel
Yes.
competition was huge. Britney Spears was on that shit, man.
Spokesmodel for Depends.
She was on Star Search as a singer, as a child singer. Yeah.
How many times did this dude say something and it was completely wrong, and he had to backtrack and go back and pretty much act like he never said it and say something completely the opposite?
And not only that, but like literally 5 minutes after he said that, he had somebody else up there saying the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when he gets his numbers wrong, where he's like 475 million people have died from this virus in America, and you're like, we don't even have that many people, dude.
Right.
My favorite was the addition: 400,000 and 600,000. It's 300. Did you guys see that math? That was with the other one, Mr. B. I don't know how much we can say names anymore.
I don't
know. I bet you
ahead.
he's one of the most famous people on the planet right now. He's like Jesus. Like Jesus is famous on, everybody knows Jesus. I bet you everybody on this planet knows this F dude.
Knows this effing dude? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
This F dude.
I'll call him a little freaking short New York troll.
Well, it's kind of like Mother Teresa, wink, wink.
But back in the days, and I hate to say this, and I'm going to say it very carefully, but back in the days, people like this would have been, there would have been somebody who Somebody would have
Back
came
in the
along
day.
and took care of it.
You're saying back in the day, in the early 80s, a guy like this would have had his own lunchbox that you could have bought and brought to school every day, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You've been on a milk
That you could put Dukes of Hazzard stickers on the side if you don't like the picture.
Right, right.
I loved Dukes of Hazzard.
I did too.
I did too.
You know, John Schneider has a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
it does.
That shit's funny.
He's a very big advocate for people in our mindset. I'll put it that way.
He was on Dancing with the Stars, and I loved it.
I didn't see him on Dance with Stars, but I don't watch
Oh,
most
yeah.
cable TV anymore.
Oh, it was years
I'm-
ago. Yeah.
Okay. I'm very limited on what I watch anymore.
You know how fucked up the planet and the world's going when I know for at least the last, well, since I've been doing YouTube, 9 months, you cannot run out of shit to talk about the shit that is fucked up in going on in the world. Like hour after hour, every single day, it just never stops. And there's always something new to talk about when it comes to it. It's
Ain't that the damn truth?
And you know what the scary part is? Okay, so certain people, I'm not saying anyone here or anything like that, certain
It's
people,
directed at me.
No.
absolutely not. So when, train of thought, hold on,
uh-oh, squirrel.
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 Ah,
When those retards shave their faces and dress up like a woman, and
You were getting
have
ready to
people-
roast somebody. You were getting ready to roast some people. I
I
can
was,
feel it.
I was gonna go back to something and then talk about it in a broader way, and it was only gonna take like maybe 30 seconds, but I completely lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
I know what it is.
And now we're not
She got
giving you a chance to remember because we keep coming at squirrel.
Well, I was reading Moose Man's comment about the deer, you know, because that's a thing too. And yeah, we all have our thoughts about that because, you know, duh.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people pack their freezers for winter. A lot of people here will go to different places to go get moose and bear, you know, and because we're not allowed to hunt moose here.
What?
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here.
Um,
I plan on going deer hunting like
Pepper
3 times this year, if not 4.
Pepper Tribe mentioned something, and that's what brought me to what I was going to say, but then I forgot.
Shit.
I know.
Oh, it was about, I know the last thing I was talking about was like, it's nonstop. We have something to talk about that's bad going on with the world.
Okay, so people, when they get up on that adrenaline and they live in that certain chaos, okay? They're in that constant fear and turmoil and chaos. Well, especially young people, there's certain people that have to create that in their lives and other people's lives to feel like freaking normal. Like they create chaos because they don't know how to live without the chaos. Beware of those type of people because those people, they don't mean to do it maybe.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
But they're toxic.
Yeah. And they will create certain drama and chaos because they don't know how to live without it.
Yep.
And it's really sad.
I have a feeling that is every school crossing guard in Baltimore.
And Chicago. Don't forget Chicago, bug out.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all got
random.
Beetlejuice too. I kind of feel for the ones in Chicago.
Like, Beetlejuice is no joke, man. That is like that lady, that poor lady, with her weird hands and her weird face. Oh my god, man!
Every time I see her, I want to smack her husband.
I just love how you've got. She's a race baiter. You got Don Lemon, who's a race baiter, and the funny thing is, they both are married to white men.
Yeah.
Why in the hell are you? How on earth can you, as a black woman, in Chicago, married to a white man, which I have no problem with. Marry who you love. I don't care if you're married to a white woman, a black woman, a woman to woman, man to man. If it makes you happy and you don't want to blow up the world,
Wait a
knock
minute,
your
man.
socks
Don
off.
Lemon's married to a dude?
Yeah.
Don
Lemon's a-
Lemon is married to a freaking white man. He sits there and
Yeah.
talks all this shit about white privilege, white supremacy, and all this shit, and goes home and puts a white Peter in his mouth. And I'm sorry, ladies, if I said something disturbing or disgusting. I apologize.
Yeah.
But it's facts.
Facts.
The guy from
Yes.
the guy from Fox News.
Arkansas living, it's getting weird.
Getting.
Balls deep.
I had
Sorry,
something I
lady.
wanted to say real quick. I apologize, ladies. But I had something I wanted to say earlier on a comment Bug Out had made, Bushido made. You know, he was talking about now, Bushido is military trained. He's been in a hot zone. He probably had bullets whizzing over his head when he returned fire. You know, and he was talking about how you get a lot of these guys on here that are typing in the chat, oh, I'm Rambo, I'm gung-ho, let's do this. I grew up in the military with my dad. I was an Army brat, never served, never been in a combat zone. I will admit, I have been shot at. I used to run around with not so nice people, not a good crowd, but, you know, we did stupid shit. I was young. But a lot of these guys on here, you can tell the ones that have had military training and the ones who haven't. But it's real easy to sit there and say how gung-ho and Rambo you are when the only thing you've ever shot at was a paper target that didn't shoot back.
Yeah.
Or maybe you've shot a deer, and there's a big difference between taking a deer's life and taking a human being's life.
Mm-hmm.
The deer you go eat. Now, for some people, they might like
Bug
them some
Out.
long pig. You know?
Tastes like chicken.
Right.
Hey,
I mean, you might as well not waste it. Is all I'm saying.
In the
You know, I
Andes
mean, I-
Mountains, when it's frozen, who cares?
Good
yeah, you know,
Lord.
I mean, once you take the head and the skin off and the fingers and everything, you know, it,
See, I'm
Because
just
a
waiting to see
little
if are we still alive or have we been shut down yet?
Right.
This is what's going to do it, not saying
you
any
think,
keywords. Be like,
I can throw up that meme here somewhere. I've got it somewhere where it shows all the good cuts.
oh,
Can
Lord.
and rump roast.
Do you think ugly people would taste different?
I think, I think that Kuru disease is a really real thing, and I think y'all should stay away from the Kuru disease. Just saying.
Man, I'll tell you, if ugly people taste different, then old Beetlejuice over there in Chicago's got
No,
nothing to worry
Silverback.
about.
No, I'm not putting up the fucking meme with that shit, man.
No, I wasn't gonna do it. I was just gonna tell Prosciutto. Then I guess that there would be a new meaning for brown bagging it. But
Wow.
That's either an early '80s school lunch joke, or it had something to do with racism. I don't know which one it was.
I was thinking of something else.
no, it wasn't racism. It
Yeah.
either an ugly joke or a lunch joke. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, right. I know. I was just trying to be sensationalize it for the ratings.
As far as I know, the
I have no
brain
idea what y'all are
is
talking
one of the
about.
most nutritious portions of the body. It has a lot of fat, minerals, etc. That's why you find remains in a few places where people were starving with the brain missing. They knew it had the most nutrients.
No, the answer is a big whopping no, because there's a high concentration of tannic acid in the brain. It's toxic.
There
to
is,
people.
but they ate it. Jamestown, they found eaten brain, and we're talking these people were starving to death. If you don't have any meat on the ass and someone dies, there's still fat in the brain.
Are you trying to make excuses, Virginia?
No, I'm not. Oh, for being I'm gonna stifle a head
See,
joke.
Instead of eating the brain, what you want to do is save that for making some leather later. That'll tan the hell out of some leather.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
See,
All right.
my grandpa never wasted anything. After we got done eating the squirrels, he'd sit there at the dining room table with the old pecan nutcrackers, and he'd take them squirrel heads and
Yeah.
crack them suckers open and sit there and eat the. He'd boil the heads and all that stuff. And
Mhm.
he'd sit there at the dining room table and eat the brains out of the squirrels. So
I mean, it's true. There is toxicity to it, just like eating a liver or any of the organs. There's toxicity in all of those. But yes, brains do have a fair nutrient content. When the person, especially if the person's starved to death, what are you going to do? Suck on bone? No, eat the head.
Are we still live?
I'm leaving that one alone.
This will drive backwoods crazy.
I wonder if you could boil it and render the fat out of the brain without eating the
Probably
rest of it.
could. Maybe you probably could leach some of that out.
So the talk.
And I'm sitting here. I'm like, y'all are talking about recipes and what to eat, and I'm like, hello, prion disease. What?
Yeah.
Cactus dust. All I'm saying is cactus dust. Although now I've got this hankering for walnuts.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, I'll starve first before getting Kuru. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
agree.
That's why I was like, mm-mm. No.
All I know is if it gets to that point, neighbor's dog's fucking history. All I got to
Yeah.
say.
No,
I will have me some dog tacos.
I've eaten dog.
That'd be really.
interesting.
Yeah.
I just recently
Wow.
had some fish taco down there in Florida, so that'd be interesting. Now you're
Yeah.
making me hungry.
Hang on, I want to talk to Virginia about this. Where did you have it?
Hawaii. My
Re-
dad had a luau as we got stationed to Guam, and they gave him a goodbye party. And they had a huge luau. Not only do many cultures love dog, but they sort of make a sauce out of the blood of the animal, pig blood, dog blood, whatever, just whatever
Right.
works.
Blood
And
pudding.
so
Mhm.
we had a luau, and I got a pile of meat, and I took a few bites, and then I looked up closer at the buffet table. I thought that it was a pig with an apple in its mouth, you know, the classic luau pig with an apple in its mouth.
Right.
Looked much closer and realized it was like a German Shepherd or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I got a bite or two in, y'all. It's not that good. I've heard there are other varieties that are better. I don't recommend Shepherd. And I didn't know until it made it to the bowel, guys. It made it to the bowel.
it puts the lotion in its basket.
Hey.
Well, anybody that's been to like Southeast Asia has eaten
Yeah.
cats, and dogs, and stuff. I mean, that's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like commonplace over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why I was
I
curious.
got-
Where did you
I mean,
eat it?
man, I ate monkey balls over there.
Those are
Well-
probably better.
Well, that's something that we can take a note of when you really think about it, though. You look back at the Depression area, and they had areas to where the government came into like rural areas and took all of the food out of there and sent
Yeah.
it to the cities. Well, that left those people with absolutely nothing. So
And-
the neighbor's cat, the neighbor's dog,
Mhm.
you know, rotten potatoes. I mean, whatever they could find to eat, they ended up eating just to try to survive.
I got
You
a
hit a
serious-
little hot button topic with me, man. Because one thing that pisses me off, like all this "trust me, I'm from the government" stuff. In the Depression, the people didn't have money, so people weren't buying food as much. So the prices of food plummeted. Food was the cheapest it ever was. So they bought and destroyed entire fields full of food to drive the prices up again so they could tax it, you know? And all the starvation that ensued afterwards was all because the government was purposely not letting farmers grow and keeping their fields fallow.
Sounds
and,
like what they're doing here.
That's
And it
why
was
I
all
was-
a money
that's why I
I
was-
just get ready to say that.
I do have a
So
question though. I'm not
that's
trying-
our government right there. They haven't changed much, I'm sure. If not anything, they're worse, you know?
Yeah, we're talking about food shortages now, and then you look last year when they were killing, you know, all kinds of animals. Farmers were dumping milk. Farmers were just
Yeah.
setting on grains. There was a place a couple miles south of here that you drove by there, and they eventually had to get rid of all this stuff. But I'm talking about a mountain of potatoes. You know, anybody that wanted them, hey, you could have them. They didn't care, but they weren't allowed to send them off to wherever they were originally growing them for. So, I mean,
Yep. because they needed more chaos in the city. You know.
I've got a very serious question I'd like to get in there, and I really want to hear y'all's answers on this. If a woman is giving a BJ and
Oh,
she
Lord.
swallows, is that cannibalism?
No.
No.
I think it's like over 300 and some calories.
Oh, this-
What did
Well,
you say?
High in protein,
What did you
salty.
say? You got what the fuck?
Listen, I'm gonna say no because, like,
But
you-
she don't get all serious.
yeah, well, of course, man.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
oh man.
But have you
I
ever
wanna-
plugged a 9-volt battery in backwards? You know how you can't do it, right? Well, that's only half of the equation. It has to meet the other half for it to become something, you know?
Mhm.
So nothing happened.
If you swallowed a 9-volt, though, that would be bad.
Yeah,
Shocking.
yeah,
That's
it
true.
could be.
You know what I'm
True.
saying? So,
I
If you
think,
swallowed a 9-volt, you'd know. I mean,
right.
for sure.
I,
Well,
think-
I just
I wish I
Go
could
ahead,
have
Lee.
put my earmuffs on too, but you know, I had to hear the question because I'm up here.
Sandwich is being awful quiet.
yeah.
I just want to know how the fuck Lake knows how many calories is in that
I had enough
And-
respect. not
Is that
to
like
ask her.
per serving, or
Don't
I mean,
ask.
You know,
shit. For serving.
I
No.
really don't know how many calories, if any. I just thought I would fire back with an odd answer.
Never ask a woman numbers, her age, her weight, her pant size, or the number of calories in what she's eating.
Okay.
I always
Now-
wondered if you was in a survival situation with your wife and
Would
you
they
were
keep her
starving to
alive?
death, if that would be a means of helping her out.
I'll starve to death.
Oh, I'm not doing that. Just shoot me.
Yep.
Now,
Now,
if
I
you
got
was with
another
your
question.
homeboy,
Now, we've all seen
I'm
that
hungry,
back.
motherfucker. Give it to me.
I have breastfed 3 children, so if it came down to it, I would be able to produce milk again. Lake also would be able to. We would be the ones that y'all would be feeding so that you could milk us.
wow,
We're gonna be
wow.
great.
We'll be
So what
milk.
you're saying is, if we had to take hostages, you're an ideal prisoner
Yes.
because you could have multiple uses.
Don't you remember Mad Max? They had the women up at the top of the
Yeah.
thing. There were 3 or 4 of them, and they were just getting milked for the.
Yeah,
For,
Fury
there's
Road.
a lot of nutrition there, and I'm legit not trying to be gross. It's a fact. Breast milk would have far more value. Y'all would want to get us juicing than any other type of protein.
All
from the
right,
human
so
body.
this is one of those moments where I'm tempted to turn my camera on just so I can look at you like, what in the hell show am I on right now? What the fuck is going on here?
Please look
Right.
me in the eye.
No.
Now,
come
I-
on, sandwich.
Come
Hmm?
on, Sandwich.
just
Let's
wanna
see it.
know.
Let's see it.
Yeah, no.
Now, I got a question. I got a serious question. Would that be considered vegan?
No.
Yeah, that's a solid no
No.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
because it came from a living
True
creature.
vegan doesn't eat eggs, cheese, nothing that comes from milk stuff like that at all.
Well, what about a vegetarian then?
They drink nut juice and not the kind that y'all are thinking, like almond.
Oh God.
Right?
There-
All
there's
That's
those
why they
real-
milk
You
those-
started that tribe.
Hey, you
there's
started
those
this shit.
real moderate
For once-
vegetarians that will do dairy also.
For once, I didn't fuck this shit up.
I'm actually gotta look this up.
How many
You gonna
calories
research
is
it,
in a
Lake?
serving of semen?
Sorry, I'm doing,
How many calories are in?
because, you know, without being disgusting and sexual and gross, I'm actually kind of oddly
Curious.
I really
Well,
am. And it
Actually, like,
it was a really bad question. But in all
Lake,
seriousness, like
can you look up what the what's that called? The SPF factor is, because Virginia already said she wasn't going to swallow it, so we got to work on Plan B. Like, hey, this will stop your sunburn. Here, just hold still for me.
Do you guys remember on Maury Povich, they would do shows like that? Like women would come on, and I'm talking in the late 90s, be like, yeah, every morning I take my husband's urine and other fluids and I use it on my face. I scrub with it. Not kidding you guys. And someone, I don't know how many people are here, but someone will say they freaking remember. It was gross. Like every morning I have my husband do it in a cup and then I rub it all over my fucking face. This was in the 90s. I'm not kidding.
All right.
I do remember one of those where there was a dude that drank his own urine every morning.
Bear Girls.
So in a pinch, I heard that you can actually drink your own urine is probably safer than some of those out of the country, like rivers and ponds. Semen,
yeah.
Semen is a complex substance created by the male, obviously, blah, blah, blah. So it contains between 5 and 25 calories, is made up small amounts of essential nutrients, including calcium, citrate, fructose, glucose, lactic acid, magnesium, potassium, protein, and zinc.
God,
so it's actually very healthy for you.
Yeah, but breast milk, that list would take her 15 minutes to read.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the breast milk.
I would definitely go with the breast milk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with breast milk too. You're on your own, Bushido.
All right, I'm
successful.
Hang on. All right, I'm gonna run down the rabbit hole with y'all. So this is a survival situation. Okay, and this is in case if there's no food or water, correct?
Yep.
Okay, well, somebody's gonna be dying of dehydration because you need extra water for any of these selections that you're posing here.
So it could be cottage
cheese. Without more than 3 days without water, otherwise your organs and everything shut down.
Right, yeah, but you're going to shut down a little quicker if you're dehydrating because of this.
Hey, if you got to go, you might as well go with a smile.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that's why
that's a bad way to go, though. It won't be a smile. That dehydration is... Ugh.
The milk.
I know.
All of it.
Mr. tells me that. He's like, you're being too serious, man. I know.
They got the beverages, the food, all of it. Honestly, it's kind of a good gig.
Yeah, and honestly, without water, you ain't gonna be milking no females anyways, because they're not gonna produce them without the water.
Yeah,
this is true.
Well, I have to agree with Sandwich because I'm sure she knows what I'm talking about here. I'm personally on Lasix and triamtrazine. So when it comes to being dehydrated, it can be no fun.
Oh yeah, it can shut you down real quick. My dad caught food poisoning, and one of the biggest effects that it did to him was dehydrated him.
Yeah, you get dehydrated real quick.
Well, he fell out. He was an over the road truck driver, and when it happened,
Nisi, really? Nisi.
She had to get it on.
I missed it. I missed it. Put it back up. I missed it, please.
That's my girl. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, I gotta live with her, damn it.
Yeah, better you than me. Although I will admit, my wife probably would have said the same damn thing.
No doubt.
And breast milk also helps fight off viruses and bacteria, and the risk it lowers those asthma and allergies.
So wait a minute. All we got to do to combat this virus going around is suck on a tit?
No.
Antibodies are passed.
Look, see, this is how rumors get started right here.
I need a tit.
This is how medical... Look, you're going to get a strike for medical misinformation right here.
Yeah. No one here is serious. This is not advised in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Do not do
This
that.
is not educational.
No.
This is
No, it's not.
comical.
It's strictly.
Entertainment use
purposes
only.
only.
Purposes only.
You should have a banner
That's right.
down here.
Yeah.
We are having fun with shenanigans.
Oh,
Don't
Nisi,
mind
no,
What
us.
is my wife talking about?
no, Nisi, they need water
How come
too. That's
we
why I was
need
saying water
to
is
make
needed for
milk,
any of these
but
selections
dudes
that are
don't
being
There
need
made.
goes
anything
Sandwich being serious
to
again.
secrete their
Because
She's breaking it down.
What the fuck?
Here's
No,
the thing.
Nisi.
My answer to Nisi
Tribe.
my answer to Nisi is that to secrete breast milk, women need a bunch of water, but for men to secrete their fluid, what they need is women to have lingerie, and,
Yes,
and it just happens, you know.
Hey, Tribe,
Yeah.
What's
I
up?
think Nisi's trying to tell you, eat more fruit.
Right. Pineapple, man. Pineapple.
Is that a euphemism?
Actually, I would suggest for y'all to eat a bunch of kiwi.
Kiwi.
Yeah.
Kiwi?
See,
Yeah.
kiwi is
hell.
really good for you.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm going to go to the store and buy me a bag of them tomorrow.
I have 3 on my counter right now.
Yeah.
On my way.
Yeah.
Think about it. You put a couple of those kiwis together and they look just like it. So it's good for it.
Oh my God, that's so true.
It is. They're all fuzzy and everything.
No,
My
not really.
grandfather called them monkey.
Mine are clean.
I don't want to hear about what your things look like.
Well, you're saying they
fuck
look
is
just
going
like our
on?
Where
things.
the hell? Hold
My
up.
things are
Whoa,
clean.
whoa. This ain't After Dark. Where the hell is this?
I'm getting myself into, but I'm getting myself in too much
I must taste like Nisi then.
I'll go back to my icon here in a minute because Pepper Child wasn't here when I did it the first time. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, I see how it is. We talk about boobies and breast milk and jizz and all that stuff. All I'm saying is, my kiwis aren't fuzzy.
Pepper 7, you're now sitting next to an elf's butt.
That's okay. I've been next to worse.
I got something for you. Hi, Gigi.
Ugh. God damn.
It's that kind, not the real one. Oh,
I know, but
did you guys hear about the C to the V test, the new one that it's free? They replaced. Hey, Jeff Baer told me this earlier. So the Dutch oven's been replaced. So apparently, when you get this thing, you can't smell or taste. So what you do is, like, if you have a partner or anybody in your house, you just Dutch oven them, and if they can't smell it or taste it, then they have it. If they smell it and taste it, here.
Damn it. Damn it.
And that's sick.
Yes.
My
Worst
mouth
part
is
is-
open, just like, what?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's like that movie Step Brothers. It's like,
right?
was that Kevin?
Biodome. What'd you have for lunch?
Yeah. Now the suits seem a little screwed up.
Oh gosh.
This shit
No
went
doubt,
sideways real
TT1.
fucking quick.
UBI TT1.
Yeah,
Look at
There's a couple.
sandwich. Look at sandwich.
There's a couple people in there saying that if you're in a survival situation, that God's going to magically provide food for you. And see, this is when I get mad because it's like Christians get all the breaks. You know, if you're just one of them regular dudes, you're screwed, and you got to go in the woods and find something.
Well, see, I've always had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder about people that kind of take that attitude. I mean, not your attitude. I'm talking about what was said there. Because, I mean, I am a Christian. That's how I feel. That's how I was raised. But God gave us the ability to do for ourselves. You know, you can't sit there and say, well, he's going to do for me. He's going to do. No, he wants you to do for yourself. That's why he gave you the ability to do so. You sit there and do nothing, you're going to get nothing.
Right.
I think
The only
somebody.
thing,
Was there a comment in the chat
Well,
And
there was a couple.
silverbacks,
One
subs
referring
just
to mana,
drop 20.
and then,
That's okay. I told them the other day if they don't like what I got to say, to go on anyway.
and
My
I do
sub
like the
count's low
concept.
enough, so I don't care. Oh,
You know,
sorry, Bushido.
I do believe biblically what the reference originally was, and I'm not a Bible person, but I was forced to read it a million times when I was a kid. But like you know, it's saying don't stress on the don't sweat the small shit. I think is what it means. Like they're assuming because everybody was a prepper back then. You know, like everybody was always stacking it for hard times and stuff. So when they say, you know, don't worry, God's going to take care of you, what they mean is you'll find a way. I think it's more what it means instead of like just
A
kick back
literal,
and drink
yeah.
some champagne and have a party with Charlie Sheen because there's going to be food on the table tomorrow. I don't think is what they meant.
Yeah, but I know some people that's how they feel. Though what you just described is kind of what they would do, you know, and that
That's
just
their
gets under my
mentality.
skin. Yeah.
The only thing God ever promised man was everlasting salvation. Basically, as long as you believe and you follow the faith and live your life the right way, you go to heaven. That's how it was explained to me.
Well, now that that's been settled,
Right? I agree. God
let's
tells
get back to the titties. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Another 1,000-year-old argument. Yeah.
a lot of times in the Bible, God says to prepare, and then he told people exactly how to prepare. You're not supposed to just sit around waiting for him to do everything. I mean, as a parent, you're going to do everything for your kids. Kids just what? Sit around and just do this and wait for everything to get handed to them? No, that's not how it works.
That's how it works today.
Wow.
A kid is a kid until they're like 26 now. That's weird, you know?
26?
It used to be like
35.
12. It was 10. You know, back in the old days, like kids had jobs and were married when they were 13 and 14, like Romeo and Juliet, for example.
Yep.
And now it's like, you know, they're fighting like, I want to keep my kids on my insurance plan until they're 28, you know? And it's like, well, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
The deadline, actually, I think, I don't know about all states, but the deadline's 26. But yeah.
Oh, is it 26? Okay.
It depends on how much they make.
See, I
Pull
honestly
my
had a
kids over
job
the
at like,
fence at 18.
I would say I honestly had a job at 8 years old, and I'm talking like tossing hay, picking cotton, all that kind of stuff at 8 years old.
Yeah. And you know what I got paid for working on the farm?
Dinner.
Roof over my head, and I got dinner and lunch and breakfast.
Clothes on your back. Yeah.
Back. We had to pick up bales of hay when I was younger and throw them on the bed of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
It was no picnic, and I used to get pissed because my little brother got to ride in the freaking truck while all four of us girls were throwing hay barrels. That's bullcrap.
The fuck did he manage that?
My brother.
Shit.
My brother is my brother was really tiny, and when my brother, he was born with a cerebral palsy, but not like well, no, not like
Not severe.
right, not severe. My brother's an electrician. He owns his own business now.
Okay, awesome.
But when he was little, it's like something that he grew. I don't know how to explain it. He was
He
special.
grew out of it, so to speak, but he was frail as a young boy.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're all born different.
Right. Right. So
I just thought maybe he had some kind of secret that, you know, maybe I could learn and, you know, get my wife and my kids off their asses to do something around there instead of me coming home every 4 to 6 weeks and doing everything. I'm tired of this crap. No time to go fishing. It's sad when I could go fishing while I'm at work. Never catch yet, but, you know, peace and quiet.
I was gonna say, even when you don't catch anything, it's still a good day.
Heck yeah.
This one
Last time I caught 2 little carp. They were about the size of this bottle. I mean, they were little guys, but they were fun.
There's a guy called Long Pig Prepper. I swear to God. We were talking about this, and I'm like,
The shooter's been in the other window, like, I'm gonna go find another channel.
I feel like the dude in The Princess Bride, where I'm like,
Mm.
Does he know that means what he thinks it means? You know?
I do not think that means what you think it means.
What does it mean?
Long pig? Long pig's
Because
another term for human.
that's what cannibalistic tribes say that it tastes like.
Long
Yep.
pig.
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 They call it long pig. Yeah. They say
You taste like
Oh,
pig,
wow.
boy.
Human, the other white meat.
Mhm.
Poultry.
I think it was also in was it in James Wesley Rawls' book? He renamed it Patriots, but it was originally Triple Lot. I think he had it in there too. Something about
Oh,
long
that is a
pig.
roll book. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I read it when it
Patriots.
was called Triple
Old
Lot.
school, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah, it
good one.
is. Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, I read it on. He had it on a few forums way back in the day when it was still free. And then when he went to publish it, he pulled it off and made some changes and renamed it. Yeah.
Holy shit, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it is.
Damn, I haven't stayed up this late in a while.
Me,
Yeah. I'll probably call it in like 10, 15 minutes. But we're like at 2:45. We'll call it at 3. Is that cool
All
with
right.
y'all?
Yeah.
No. Hey, the title said all night with tribe. I want all night.
He wants
Yeah.
you
We
in
take this
every
bitch
day.
to 7 a.m.
He's
We
got to go.
I'm just kidding.
Prepper studying. He's got to go and explain a Dutch oven to Nisi. So
And if
If
you
I
think
could just
about it, we went all
she
night.
needs 5 to 25 calories tonight.
Oh no.
We were gonna go in.
She looking a little thin.
I need some water. I need some water. I need some water.
I can see it now.
It's 10 minutes to 3 here, so it's been all night because now it's morning. Good morning.
Good
There
morning.
you go, Lake.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was just joking because I could see me now and it'd be like, yeah, we're going till 7.
nope.
You didn't
Somebody
wake,
mute his mic.
you didn't wake up till we started talking about boobies and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I was sitting there. I was like, screw it. My mic ain't working, but I'm enjoying this.
Well, most y'all got pretty animated when the topic came up. So
I mean, you know, I am a booby man, and that is my preference. You know, I know some guys like legs, some like butts. I'm a boob guy. So I paid attention. I'm a listening. The apocalypse hits, milk them.
That's deep.
hmm
I'll be sitting at the house. Hey, honey, you got them jugs milked?
like
They
2
screaming
a.m.
for
wisdom.
my coffee.
Words of a wise man. Apocalypse hits, milk 'em.
Yeah, great. Of all the things I'm remembered for. Yeah, prepper steady, that asshole. Apocalypse hits, milk 'em. Son of a bitch. My wife punched me when I repeated that.
Awkward silence.
And I'm like, all right,
was
yeah, what are
Stay
y'all
on
doing?
the fun bags.
I'm gagged.
What?
Nothing.
Say that again, Roots.
I heard I'm gagged.
I'm gagged. I'm
Is that
verklempt.
ball gag, drool ball,
No, I'm verklempt.
bridle?
The red square, neither red nor square. Discuss.
Oh. Oh, okay. My
Someone
bad.
will catch it. I think Lucky might have. Chickpeas, neither chicks nor peas. Discuss. Saturday Night
I
Live.
was gonna say it's Dita. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hi,
I loved that character.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
coffee
Come and
talk.
dance with
Coffee
me.
talk. Yeah.
No, was it? It wasn't Coffee Talk. It
Was
was.
it coffee talk?
No. Coffee Talk was. Oh no! Did they do that? No, it
Yeah, it
was.
was
Yeah.
Coffee Talk.
I'm thinking of another skit. Yeah.
Y'all ever read Under the Bleachers?
Mm,
No, but I've been there a couple times.
yeah. I was
It was
supposed to
writ-
meet Bug out there, but he didn't show up.
It was written by Seymour
You
Button.
know I would show up.
So you're there, and Nisi's there, and Nisi's saying Siri said.
Yeah, she come over here with her phone and she's like, look, and I look and she's telling me the calories that sperm has in it. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't
No,
want to
but
see this.
talking about the female. Yeah.
So she's over there talking to Siri.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Siri knows a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Why I don't own an iPhone. Last one I had, that bitch got on my nerves worse than my wife. Act like a fucking know-it-all.
I'm scared of my TV. Have y'all ever been sitting in your living room talking to, like, your husband or your wife, and you're saying things, and then you look over at your TV and they're like, man, I wonder if that son of a bitch is listening. You know what I mean? I might have the CIA knocking at the door. I know we're sitting up in our living rooms talking shit.
I know. They
Hell,
smart
man, you
TVs.
heard. You heard about how they got the kill switches in those things now, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, I think it was Samsung that come out. I forget. It may not be that company, but with all the supposed looting that went on in Africa and everything, the company has come out saying that they put kill switches in their TVs and their other electronics. So
Yes.
if you don't buy it, they can go ahead and hit that kill switch, so that way it doesn't work. So what else is that going to lead into? You don't watch a certain channel, or you don't follow what they want you to follow. They just going to kill your electronics.
Dude, Silverback, I never thought of that before, but think 1984 or perhaps Communist Party. If there was an announcement that was considered mandatory all of a sudden, if your television didn't spout it off, then they know you didn't see it, and now you're suddenly not because your social rating in the Chinese Communist Party, you get like a credit score. So something like that would be like you'd lose 20 points. Well, if you lose so many points, you can't work for this agency or this agency, and how much you're expected to be paid and all that other crap just goes down the tubes, man, that very, very realistically could become a thing, I think.
But what if you were at work when it aired?
Well, with the facial recognition on cameras, knowing where you were at all times, they'd know that you were at work or at home or whatever, because they would have followed you all the way there with the facial recognition.
Well, something like what he's talking about, though. I mean, I'm sure you guys have gotten them when they did the national emergency testing and all that. Your
Never
phone
came across my phone.
It's on my TV.
Yeah, it hit my TV.
Well, I mean, it was supposed to go across everybody's phones too. Just a little. I got a text message. It's been a couple of years ago, but I mean, so what he's talking about, the TVs, the radios, that specific time, like in North Korea, they got a set time, say 5 o'clock. Everything has that one message playing.
Okay.
So I mean, and if they can do it to the TVs, what's to stop them from doing it to any electronics? I mean, your phones are already tracking your phones. They can ping your phone any day of the week at any time. I mean, Facebook
Google's
and all
doing that.
Yeah, Facebook and all them listen in at all times, because everybody's had that situation where they'll talk about something and go to look on the internet or something, and very first little advertisement's what you were just talking about. I mean, so if they've already went to this point,
I was gonna say this past week while I was home for home time, there were a couple of times where me and my dad had conversations and we're talking about something very specific, and like literally before we were done with our conversation, I had an email for that shit in my email inbox. And of course, I got Gmail, which is Google Mail, but it was kind of odd. We're talking about something, and then I go and check my email real quick while we're talking because I get a notification. It's like, what the hell?
I've had my phone cut on about something I was talking about, and it went to the Siri thing or whatever they call it, and it brought up a article on it. Like my phone was completely just sitting on the table, totally off, not powered off, but off, black screen, and been talking. All of a sudden my phone lights up and it brings up the voice, and here's an article to such and such. I'm like, what in the hell?
Well, if you talk about products, so like Bigfoot and I can sit here in this house and talk about all this stuff we have to order. All of a sudden, I got like 5 freaking emails about it.
And we all sign off on it. Every single user agreement, we all just click through and hit OK. That way we can use whatever. We sign our lives away, truthfully, on that stuff.
Yeah. What was it, that movie, I, Robot, with
Will Smith?
Yeah, I remember that big ball. What was her name? And that basically she got a mind of her freaking own, like kind of.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Creepy.
Well,
I can't think of the name.
They've started. I had the article pulled up last night where they've got a robot now that's a nurse. It's over in Asia, but I mean, they're making it to where it's extremely. It looks like a human almost. You know, it is an honest android.
Yeah.
We'll sit there and have a conversation with you from AI and all that kind of stuff.
They actually, these women robots actually can, if you pay a certain amount more, they can, you can make a baby with it. So they have these like wombs. I've made a video about it. Freaking creepy. They have these wombs that you can grow. Oh yeah.
Keep going. I'm listening.
I mean, I don't want the kid, but you know, just thinking.
Yeah.
Something that never gets a headache, never tells me no.
If you gotta pay it, man, what's the difference in that?
You can
yeah, you got a good point.
No,
I'll just buy the wife another goat.
You can actually program her to exactly the way you want her.
Her. If I pay extra, I want it to look like Gary Coleman.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Rashida, what the fuck are you smoking?
I don't know, but I want some.
No shit.
Right?
No, like to Chuck Norris or anything.
Right. Oh my god.
I was just, I was gonna ask, they're making these female, it's a female nurse, obviously, and she stands there and talks to you. She gonna punch you in the face? You grab her ass too?
But I need help with like my YouTube channel and stuff. Like she better be able to post links and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That AI and everything is going so far. It's crazy. They can go get your own food now, and I mean, everything's supposed to be under programming to where it can't do this and can't do that. But if program's the only thing that's holding it back, I mean, look at what people can do right now with a keyboard.
Well, the thing that got me going on this is she said that it was in Asia,
Right,
and I'm like, so in Asia they were like, we just don't have enough people. We're gonna have to make a robot nurse. Like it's just such an unlikely place. If she would have said Antarctica, I would have went. That makes perfect sense. But no, she said Asia, and I'm like, isn't that why there's like way too many people?
Has way more men than women. And
the most overpopulated area.
There's a disparity between the number of available women to the number of single men. And women are starting to do more outside work in this generation, the previous generation. So the artificial, the AI, and the fabricated sex toy universe, and I'm not trying to be gross, but it's one of the largest growing industries in the world.
Yeah,
because there is a big population. It was just, I don't know, a decade or 15 years ago that large Asian nations stopped the ban on second or female children, and they're seeing it now. Japan is full of elderly because they live so long, but all the women are going to work now. There's no new people being born.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thailand, it's like 7-1 men to women, like one woman for every 7 men, and that's why there's so many. The men are turning into women over there.
Well, there are comfort people, and in certain places they do have. It was discussed the other day. I won't open the door, but they're used at different ages for different stages and move on up the ranks, and that's part of the conditioning of the position, so to speak.
No doubt.
I did not follow what you said at all. But
Well, I know what I said in my head. Like there are
stages and ages and
sexual.
position.
There are people who at a certain age. I didn't want to go into this right when I know Tribe was saying like he was going to close out at 3 hours, but there are people at young ages put in there for sexual reasons, and they are conditioned and trained to go on into being mini warriors, and it's a breakdown in the conditioning of the mindset, but it's also like a comfort thing. I said this on another stream and people got really mad at me, but there are some cultures that have comfort. There are different names for it that go out into the
what's funny is the Greek,
serve that purpose as a wet hole.
the Hellenistic Greek army, from the old days, they had the same thing. It was called a catamite to them.
Right.
And it always kind of creeped me out where I was like, they had like basically chai boys like the Afghans have,
Mhm.
but these Greek soldiers that you think of all manly and shit, they had fucking dudes that they screwed also. And I'm like, why couldn't you bring a chick, But I don't know. Like,
yeah.
They did it before that as well to keep the guys away from the women before marriage anyway. It's older than the Greeks there, but I think it eventually evolved into what you're talking about.
And to release the tension.
My husband says when he was in Iraq, he said the Polish guy, I believe he said it was the Polish guys, had their own morale squad that went with them.
Right.
And they were brought in for that purpose. I was like, are you serious? He goes, yeah. They had their own it was like morale squad or morale team, or it was something like that. But he says, yeah, they were hookers.
Yep.
He's all the U.S. guys were like, damn.
It's the truth, though.
I heard some shit about over there in Afghanistan that I couldn't believe, but I ain't going to get into it because I know.
I've seen it.
It's a big hole.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It ain't lies.
No, we know it's not.
I got a question for Silverback. You go noodling?
That's random right at the 3 hour mark.
And interpretive.
Niecy does. I'm just kidding.
Girl.
Yeah, he about to catch a frying pan.
Oh, I'm getting the eyes. I was just, it was a perfect timing joke. I was just playing.
Look, she's over there looking at the robot. She's like, nah, we're going to get a robot in here and cook and clean, so I don't have to worry what you need.
Like that.
Right.
Damn.
Nice.
That you?
No. Are you kidding? Like maybe like 15 years ago.
See, when you said that, that's actually what I was thinking right off the back until Tribe started saying what he did. Because last time I heard that phrase, it was just going out and catching catfish by a bare hand.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what they do. So,
I know what noodling is. I knows it. I'm jealous.
That shit.
They'll cut
I'll
you.
never catch you.
Anybody who's never caught a big catfish, your knuckles right here are gonna get bloody because it's like sandpaper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
My daughter caught one and I was holding it and the damn thing bit down and shook its head and it drew blood on my thumb.
Well, and if you don't pick them up just right, that jaw, I mean,
yeah.
Bam.
They're strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the one my daughter caught was like a little 5-pounder.
My grandpa used to always have a catfish fry, and the ones he'd carve up before we eat, that last picture she showed was about the size that he'd get. There used to be a picture, and he stood about 6 foot, and he was standing there with, you can imagine one in each hand, holding them up shoulder high or better. And the damn bottom of that fish was at least knee level or closer to the ground than that. I'm talking big old catfish.
Oh yeah,
that's from around here. So
the way catfish are built, they sit there and they scale their food first. So they scale everything, and then as it goes in the back of the throat, then they just swallow it.
Oh yeah,
it's weird.
I think it's funny how everybody seems to think catfish are just these scrap-eating scavengers on the bottom.
No.
No, they are predators. They are
Yeah,
hunters.
Vicious.
Y'all want to know what I use
Oh
for
yeah,
goldfish? Live goldfish. We stick
that's what
right in their
dude.
dorsal fin. Yeah, we use live goldfish. And I'll be honest with you, there was a certain fish that kept coming to shore, and I'd take my gut hook knife and I would stab it and I'd cut it into 3. And I asked everybody, heads, tails, or middles? I take the heads, but I like the tails too. But the catfish love it all.
Yeah, they up in Missouri, they got them there. They sell live live goldfish. Because I saw them in one of the bait stores, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, man, they almost look like koi. I'm like, dude, why are you selling koi in here? Just a little side business? He said, oh no, those are bait.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we use them as bait. I'm like, for what? He said, catfish.
Yeah.
That
Flatheads.
minnows. You can use crawdads, shrimp.
Oh yeah.
What,
He said
catfish?
more people.
Yeah.
He
You
said
can
more
use
people buy the
anything for
goldfish.
catfish.
I said,
Liver,
I
piece of
got you.
chicken.
Yeah, chicken livers.
Yeah.
We usually, if we ever
Hot
get anything
dogs.
like that, we'll take the blood and make some dough balls or stink bait or however you want to look at it, you know.
Yeah.
And that usually works. That usually works really well.
Yeah. The
That draws them in fast.
strawberry dough balls, and like you said, the stink bait. So I soak stuff in garlic. The garlic, you can get garlic and man, you only need a few drops of that in a bucket. No, it stinks. Yeah, but if you do use shrimp and chicken livers, I suggest leaving them out overnight.
Oh yeah. Let them get ripe.
Let them get stanky. Hell yeah. Catfish love that smell. They come running for it.
So do crabs. So do Maryland crabs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just bought me these they're bait nets. Well, I bought one at a Walmart. It's one of those 10-foot by 4-foot tall sign nets. And then I bought 2 off of Amazon. They're the big round ones with like a bunch of little holes for the fish to go in. I was hoping to get the truck fixed in time. We could go fishing out at Big Pine Island in Florida, but we didn't. So I'll use them next time I get home. Go see what all I can catch out there.
Yeah, I definitely want
y'all, we at the 3 hour 6 minute mark.
Oh, 3 minutes? Oh, we good for another 3 hours.
I'm gonna have to call it. I've been on here for 5 hours, man. That's
a long time.
limit.
Oh yeah.
But I appreciate all y'all being on here with me. I had such a great time tonight with all y'all. I
Thank
hope
you so
we can all
much.
do this again.
Anytime.
Appreciate
much.
everybody in the chat
Yeah.
too, man. I appreciate y'all. We've been over 100 the whole time. I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, man, and people
Dang.
are still chilling with us. Love y'all.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Definitely.
Silverback, I'm gonna be there for your Wednesday.
All right, brother. Everybody's welcome. Anybody that wants to come up, I'm gonna have it open. I've got it to where I'll have 10 spots. So I mean,
All right.
Can someone drop Silverback's back prepping's channel for me?
Yeah. I was going to ask that earlier.
It
Can
was
you drop
nice.
Silverback's link, babe?
oh, she has, and I appreciate it, Nisi, too, because I've seen it a few times through there. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you doing it again. And Bug Out definitely be hollering at you too, because I said I want to get everybody's opinion on this. Any information we can, to kind of help anybody out. And Backwoods is already, I mean, everybody. Any information we can get out there and kind of talk stuff out,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, at least get that mindset, because you know how stuff works. Once you start kind of running that thing over and over and over and over in your head, well, then you can start training that way too, and then it becomes more of that natural reaction instead of having to sit there and think about a situation.
Yeah.
I'm
for
already
sure.
subscribed.
Yes, ma'am. That would be it right there.
Yeah, I'm already subscribed.
It used to be heads or tails, I think.
But
Yeah, it used to be
Redneck
heads or
wants to say
tails.
what's up
That's
real
how
quick.
living.
Yep.
Okay, that's how.
Yeah, this right here, this little thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still ain't figured out how to change that. So,
All right, so that's Wednesday, 8 o'clock or something?
yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, y'all. We out. Links in the chat if you need it. Wednesday, 8 o'clock, Silverback.
Hey,
And we'll catch y'all next time. Check
I
everybody
appreciate
out.
everybody.
Love everybody. We out.
Thanks,
I'm gonna
Tribe.
end it. Boom.
Love
Bye,
y'all.
everyone.